Yeah, let's get it poppin'. James 4th, I'm back. We back, Big City. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. You must love us cause you can't stop watching. You must love us cause you can't stop watching. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping like it's New Year's Eve. Boy, it's James IV. That's Roman numeral 4 off the top with the intro. What up, K-Sap? No cap, that's the big bro. You know the ladies hold it down for the team. We be the hottest on this YouTube screens. We got sports, media, news, that round table talk. Them other parts ain't got the same sauce. Now, hit us in the chat, but no haters allowed. Send you to the block party, what you gotta say now? We on live, hit us up and subscribe. If you like it to share, show love instead of staring. Man behind the mic, numbers don't lie. Send me a super chat to all that may apply. Ain't no party like an SBD party. Let's get the show started, pull up, everybody. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. You must love us cause you can't stop watching. You must love us cause you can't stop watching.
We on Simply Ball Dropping Podcast with my main man, Case Chat, the baddest podcast on planet Earth, baby.
Yo. What up? This your boy K-Sap, the man behind the mic of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Coming to you on this Thursday night. We got some things to talk about. When you pull up in the chat, do me a favor, drop a like on the video. Don't be stingy, man. Just drop a like on the video. Let's run these likes up tonight. Y'all see the title of the show. We're sorry, Fever fans. We owe y'all an apology. For you Clarkies, it's time to get cooked. But you see the title of the show. Appreciate everybody that's tuned in. We're a little early tonight. We wasn't going to do the D-Block session. We did the D-Block session last night with the Full Court Trio. But check this out. I got the members of the Full Court Trio with me again tonight on the Simply Ball Dropping platform. So y'all guys sit back, relax. Get you a nice cold beverage. I want y'all to kick y'all's feet up. But before you kick your feet up, I want y'all guys to do me a favor. Just drop a like on the video. Tell a friend to tell a friend that K-Sap is at it again. But without further ado, let's get the party started. And we appreciate everybody's support that you're doing for us on everybody's platform, not only mine, but also the Full Court Trio. Also, the Players Club. Also, Cut the Ish, Real Talk Sports with Keisha. Also, Steady Serving Sports ENT with Bro Claude. The Crash Out Room. And everything. So you guys keep with your support. Keep with your donations. Keep sending the super chats. We love when we get the engagement from the chat. But, you know, super chats are very important, man. It helps the channel grow and flow. And without you guys, we wouldn't be doing this. So we appreciate all the love and support. We appreciate every super chat that y'all send, every super sticker that you send. And God bless you all. But let's get this show started. I'm going to bring my people on because they rocking with me tonight. What's going on? What's going on? I see y'all in the building. What's going on, Keisha?
Not much. What's going on with you? Why you out here causing confusion?
I'm not causing confusion. You the one that started this ruckus, and we just got to end it.
Don't
tell all my business.
I'm not going to tell your business, man. We're going to keep it cordial tonight. We ain't on the D block. We're going to keep it cordial.
All right.
What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Gingerbread man in the building.
Duval?
Duval, you there?
I'm here. I just got to wait to be introduced. I'm not rude. Like I
Nah,
said, we
you
are a
look.
professional business.
Right. Well, Reddick Milky Way called for you. She said, I hope Duval's on the panel tonight.
See, that's why I like Red Mickle with me and her best friends, because everybody else don't care about me like that. But I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh, stop all that crying,
Y'all gotta
Duval.
yeah, that's right. Stop that crime. But I see everybody in the building. First, I want to give a shout out to my chat. Want to give a shout out to all my moderators in the building. I see we got ADP, we got Nate. I got my man Sportsway with Dre Day podcast in here. I got my man Archer from Slay and Chill. Man, I see Cassie. I see Robert Jones. I see Proof Golden. Ain't seen you in a while, my brother. I see you, Patricia Burton. I see you, Dixon 918. Autism Boy Cottage 81. I see you, Reddick Milky Way. I see you, Jonathan Gonzalez. I don't know who this Ruble is. KSAP equals deranged. I like that. I got Team Shanero in here. We got Donna Cox in the building. We got Big Girl in the building. Eagles Brother 92. Henry T. Hurley. I see y'all. I see everybody. Brandon Eldridge, Daquan G, Marvin, Segovia, Jackie, Jared Thomas. Man, I see people was in that chat before the show even started, man. That's love, man. We got 108 people watching already, man. Do me a favor. Drop a like on the video, man. Drop a like on the video. That's all I ask. Drop a like on the video. Send your super chats, man. Send your donations so we can keep it growing and keep it flowing. I see you, 901. Trust no one hurt. Yeah, I see all y'all. I see y'all flow. Hey, Van, my man Van. I told you, Van, you got to keep an eye on Van. Him and John Shaft, they was going crazy last night. I see you, Kiwan. I see y'all. But look, y'all see the title of the show. Do I got to put the title of the show back up? Title of the show is, we're sorry, Fever fans. We owe y'all an apology. For you Clarkies, it's time to get cooked. So y'all sit back, kick your feet up, man, and let's get this party started. Now look, this is what happened. Came across the Clarkies. They was crashing out today, y'all. And I don't know, me and Keisha sat back and had a conversation, and it was kind of funny, man. It's like now it's to a point where the reason why we say we got to give the Fever fans an apology, because it ain't never been about the Indiana Fever. It's always been about the player. So the Indiana Fever fans that are sincerely Indiana Fever fans, if y'all in the chat, I sincerely apologize to y'all with all my sincerity. And the reason why I say that is I heard something today that really let me know, but just further let me know it's never been about the Indiana Fever. It's always been about the player. But before I break it all down, I'm going to let Keisha piggyback off of what I'm saying. What you got, Keisha?
I say all the time, they got crazy fans. They got all of the rainbow of fans in every fan base. That part is true. They got crazy ones, they got racist ones, they got ones that are good working people, they got black, white, yellow, green. So I will let you know that fan bases can be rampant. Some can be more rampant than others. That is true. But, however, this situation that we are in the W is a different beast. Do they have racist people in Indiana? Of course they do. They got racist people in probably every city in the union, every state in the union. Hey, I'm from Louisiana. I'm from the South. We're used to it. So Indiana, you all right with me? You know why? Because you are a representation of America. But what's going on here is we got a different sect that calls themselves Indiana Fever fans, but they're not really Fever fans. They just Caitlin Clark fans trying to start havoc. So I apologize to you, Indiana Fever fans, 'cause I looped all you crazies together. But no, some of y'all are actually Indiana Fever fans and have pride in Indiana, just like I have pride in Louisiana. Those people are different. Those are the people I am apologizing to. This 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 coalition that came together to denigrate everything else other than Caitlin Clark, who we have lovingly called the Clarkies. Those are the ones that gonna get cooked. But I want to just say, Fever fans, because that sex is permeating through your fan base, it reflected negatively on you, and it shouldn't have. The Clarkies, the Clarkies. That's all I would say, K-Tab. I think they in the middle of that little girl that just wants to get an autograph, the one you got on the screen. She just want to get autographed from Caitlin Clark. She wasn't trying to go out here and, stalk Angel Reese or nothing like that. But she get looped in with the crazies online, talking the most diabolical stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna use y'all word. Talking the most diabolical stuff I've ever heard. And they don't care nothing about that organization. They don't care nothing about the other players on the actual team. They don't care about none of that, long as they get to see the person they are here for, and that's Caitlin Clark. If they don't get to see her, they can say they damn the organization, damn the coach, damn the team, damn the people in the stands. They just want to see logo threes, and that's it. So I'm sorry, Indiana Fever fans. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, man. You said that so eloquently, man. Duvall, you got anything on that before I have to go into letting y'all listen to what we came across today?
First of all, why Bro Claw is gone? He always disappearing on the job. I don't get that. He don't let nobody know when he disappearing on the job. He don't let nobody know when he gonna break. You gonna let people know when you gonna break, so so we could cover. You
I
don't
just
do
saw
it.
the smoke. I saw the smoke. I said, poof,
He
he
got gone. Poof, he gone.
But
He
go
need a write
ahead.
up, boss. He just need a write up. That's all.
Uh-huh.
He not need a write up for infraction. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, y'all shouldn't be surprised by this. This is called a life of a superstar. Superstar bring their own fan base.
Mm.
Unfortunately, a big portion of her fan base are conservative black men. I mean, conservative Caucasian men, conservative black men, incel black and white men that want to use her as a symbol to humble African American women. That's all
Mm.
this is. But I don't respect Caitlin Clark because she know the game, but she won't say nothing because it's benefiting her financially. So she turned a blind eye to the racism, to the misogyny and everything else because she getting money off of it. She's not no different than RG3. Because yes, she occasionally denouncing when they ask her about it, but if she really want to get rid of that fan base, she know what to do and what to say to, like I said, to distance herself from that fan base long before somebody had to ask her about it. Let's go back to when Charles Barkley called those women petty. She should have said something there. When LeBron called those women jealous and haters, and she the reason why they got charter jets, which is a lie. Brittany Griner is the reason why they started doing those charter jets because at the end of the day, they ain't want Brittany Griner to get killed because of that Russia situation. But either way, she did not denounce the racism. And so, yes, we want to separate the Clarkies from the Fever fans, but they all lump in together with me because they all see what's happening and nobody denounce it. Nobody denounced that racism situation when Andrew Reese was getting called monkeys on live TV, and we heard it. We heard it with our own two ears, the monkey noises with Dave Portnoy and everybody else that was there. But everybody covered their ears and act like they ain't know shit happened. Excuse my language, boss man. I know this your show. I apologize. But I can't separate the two because, like I said, silence is compliance to me. It's no different than if you had good cops and they know the bad cops are doing something wrong, but they turn a blind eye because they want to keep the cold blue with just police officers. No, if you're a good cop seeing bad cops doing something wrong, you just as bad as the bad cops because you're not denouncing it, you're not putting a stop to it. So at the end of the day, y'all not separated from me because y'all know what's going on and y'all refuse to put a stop to it. Y'all refuse to separate yourself from those conservative fans, white and black, that are doing things for hidden agendas. Y'all okay with it because, like I said, it makes y'all look good when they think the fan base is bigger. So you get what you deserve.
Hey, totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. But let me get to what I want to present to you guys. I'm kind of pissed off because let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and listen to what some of these guys had to say on Angry Fan and what's the other guy's name, Keisha?
Keep the Vision or Keep
the Vision.
Yeah.
So let's take a listen to what these guys was over there talking about. Let's take a listen.
The constant having to fight for balance between her, Caitlyn, and Aaliyah. I'd rather it just be the Caitlyn and Aaliyah show, and we find people that want to play a role. We find a bunch of. I'd rather it just be Caitlyn, Aaliyah, and a bunch of Lexi holes.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Kelsey. She is fast. But Kelsey, you be doing a whole lot out there. Sometimes, when you hot, you hot.
And y'all be talking about body language with Caitlyn, but her body language be fucked up out there. Kelsey Mitchell body language be bad. Yeah.
She don't throw her hands in the air, but you can tell. Yeah, I've noticed it from last season. I noticed it.
Yeah. So at this point, bro, I want Stephanie White gone. The only people I want her whole staff gone. The only person from her staff I'm cool with coming back is the black dude that was doing the workout videos with Caitlin Clark. And because he a good trainer. Keith, him.
Was it Keith Porter or something like that?
Keith Porter. Yeah. But if he gotta go, he can fucking go too. If he has to be honest, you know what I'm saying. Look,
I don't trust none of y'all.
Yeah, I want her and her staff gone. The only people I want back: Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Sophie Cunningham, Lexi Hall, Michaela Timpson, and I'm cool with Dantas coming back.
Yeah,
and I'm cool with Ari McDonald coming back off the bench.
Yeah,
like I'm cool with
Ari McDonald.
I'm cool with Ari being a starter if Kelsey Mitchell's not there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm cool
with
that.
We can try that, but have all three of them on the court. No, that was idiotic.
No,
that was idiotic.
You know what I'm saying? But Kelsey Mitchell can go. Bree Turner can go. Natasha Howard, please go immediately. Bree
Turner's still there.
Kelsey Mitchell.
I don't even know how she still got a job.
She's still there. Why is she still here? Come on, man. Come on, man. Listen, y'all can't look any dumber than y'all already fucking look. So y'all might as well just go ahead, cut the losses, cut Bree Turner, get her up out of here. I know you done promised Natasha Howard so fucking much. That's why you don't give a fuck. Y'all starting her. She can take as many shots as she wants. Like, I'm seeing this shit. Y'all promised her shit. Y'all promised the Wanda Bonner shit. Y'all did a whole bunch of sneaky shit behind the scenes to get people to come here lying about the offense. This shit is wild, bro. You should have focused around Clark. How you got the hottest person in the whole fucking league and you did not build a team around her?
Didn't build a team around her at all.
This front office is so backwards. Y'all giving Katie Lou Samuelson max contracts, Erica Wheeler max contracts, DeWanna Bonner max. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Y'all are just throwing money away. You came and get a coach that is totally against your star players. Like, oh my God, bro.
We went and brought in all these old ass hags.
The only thing they did right was fucking lose all these years, which is why they even got some of the time.
So, guys, man, that's some of the stuff that they was talking about today. And basically, if you go back and listen at the whole clip, I saw Keep the Vision come up in here. I mean, I'll drop the link if you want to come up. But I saw you come up in here. You told us to get our shit off. It ain't even about that. It's about us apologizing to the Indiana Fever fans.
Yep.
And I brought y'all's clip up because of what y'all was talking about. So if you want to come up, I'll drop the link. If you're still in the chat, you can come up. And the reason why I played that clip, because it was very interesting in what y'all was talking about today, because it's never been about the Indiana Fever. Everything's been about Caitlin Clark. And some of the stuff that y'all said was basically saying that y'all don't care about the team's success. Y'all just want to see Caitlin excel, because y'all made reference to the fact that, you know, when she came back, Ari McDonald was in the starting lineup. Y'all never said anything about the 4 games that y'all won 20 plus, you know, differential. And also y'all never said anything about winning the Commissioner's Cup. The only thing that y'all talked about is benefiting Caitlin Clark and talking about Caitlin Clark should ask to be removed from the Indiana Fever, not putting the jersey back on, and she should be able to demand a trade. Y'all talking about Stephanie White needs to go. It's going to be the same situation anywhere Caitlin Clark goes to, because then y'all going to start blaming that coach if things don't work out for Caitlin Clark. So we use y'all's video as a reference because of what y'all was talking about. So we came on and said that we got to apologize to the Indiana Fever fans, because it's not the Indiana Fever fans, it's the Caitlin Clark Clarkies that only support Caitlin Clark and want Caitlin Clark to excel. Then y'all said the fact that she's not being promoted, Nike's not promoting her, and things like that. So I'm saying to myself, what do you mean she's not being promoted?
She got a big mural on side of the building for All-Star.
Yeah, so the way she's been promoted, like everybody's saying, they promoting her and they not promoting the league. Then y'all talking about she is you know, the cash cow. I'm gonna give y'all that. If y'all want to take that she is, you know, selling, you know, putting butts in seats, y'all can have that. But when it comes to basketball, Caitlin Clark ain't the end all be all. Caitlin Clark got some things that she need to work on to further her game. And then y'all talking about all they need to do is put the ball in Caitlin Clark's hand. Well, when they put the ball in Caitlin Clark's hand, y'all was still hovering around 500 when she was healthy. So that's not going to change nothing. And then Angry Fan said something about when she came back against New York, shooting the logo 3, she shot 3 of them and she's hitting them. Well, I beg to differ. In the last 5 or 6 games, she's 3 of 30 from 3-point range? So what do you mean she's making them? So I don't know if you're still in the chat, but if you want to come up, you can come up. I'll drop the link. You can go get Angry Fan too. Y'all can come over here as a duo. If that's what y'all want to do. But my point is, we got to apologize to the real Indiana fans, because y'all said it clearly. When Caitlin Clark picks up, you're gonna burn all the Indiana Fever t-shirts you got. And you're gonna pack your stuff up and you're gonna go where Caitlin Clark is. But y'all made reference to Stephanie White. You said that this is terms to be detrimental fired. That's what you said. That's what you said. Keep the vision. You said Stephanie White should be fired right then and there. I said this last year when y'all had Christy Sides. Christy Sides was not the problem. Y'all just wanted everything to benefit Caitlin Clark, and it didn't go your way. So now the same thing is going to happen to the next coach. And I warn people, Stephanie White is going to be in that same situation, because when it don't benefit Caitlin Clark, the Clarkies are going to hit the fan. And this is what's happening. But we didn't hear all this when y'all was winning, when Caitlin Clark was not playing, because y'all didn't care. Y'all didn't care about the Indiana Fever. All y'all was caring about was Caitlin Clark. And we saw that. So that's why I played y'all's video. As much as people clip our segments, I'm clipping too. So, like I said, if you got a problem, you want to step up to the, you can come up as well. Don't show your hand and then hide. Come up in there and popping off, but then you don't want to come up on the, because I know how y'all Clarkies do. But I'll land there. I'll let Keisha get back in here.
I mean, to be honest with you, the reason why we making the distinction, the part I heard about Kelsey Mitchell is like,
that's diabolical.
I don't know. I heard him say something about her body language, but I don't know what Kelsey Mitchell did to any of y'all really, except ball. I mean, she looks like a great teammate. She supports whatever the coach is doing. She done went through another coach. She sat there at Indiana Fever for what, 6 years before they was even winning enough games, and she's having her best seasons right now. She's in her prime, and y'all out here saying she can go too because of what? Because she's producing. She's been producing mad since these last like 5 or 6 games. So I don't know why it always has to be centered. What the reference they're trying to make KSAP is this. They want the team to play CC ball.
Yes.
But CC ball is not team ball. So you want the other 4 ladies to just stand around and watch CC dribble? Or pass to CC every time they get the ball? I'm trying to understand, or just let her go out there and hit logo threes the whole game? You think that is what Stephanie White as a coach wants to put on her resume? So I do agree with him here. They built the wrong team around her. You know why I say that? I'm going to agree with him. They should have they should have built through the draft. They should have brought a veteran there. And then she would have been the number 1 option. They should have, look, hear me, angry fans. They should have built through the draft so everybody came in, would have known the pecking order, right? They should have let Kelsey Mitchell go. But I remember y'all wholeheartedly wanting to core Kelsey Mitchell. Y'all should have let Kelsey Mitchell go. And probably Aaliyah Boston, because y'all feel like people are not bowing down enough to Caitlin Clark. She has to give the same amount of effort as they give. She got to get better on defense. Just like Kelsey Mitchell got to get better on shot selection. And she's been getting better and better and better as the season going on. So she got to get better on defense. She got to get better on getting the ball to them in the right spot so turnovers don't happen. She's got to do it. She's got to try to understand the system. Here's my problem with the Clarkies. It's been 16 games, KSAP?
Yep.
Did it ever occur to them that maybe Caitlin Clark don't understand the system that Stephanie White is trying to implement? Maybe she's trying to get some of the pressure off of Caitlin Clark. So if you leave the ball in Caitlin Clark's hand the whole time, and she can shoot from the logo, I gotta pick you up. Because I gotta pick you up 94 feet, KSAP, because you can shoot from the logo. Did we just lament about the Sky's 3-point perimeter defense? How they not closing out on these shooters? How we waiting, going in the paint instead of staying out there? If you got that kind of range, we got to pick you up. So that means that the ball stays in your hand the whole game, angry fans. Then I got to pick you up. Here's the problem. Your girl struggles sometimes with her dribbling skills. She struggles with ball pressure. So if you want her under that kind of scrutiny, you don't see in your mind why Stephanie White might think that's not a recipe to win. If she's under that continuous pressure, or do you want her, or do you want us? Do you want the rest of the league to just stand there while she shoot? Because they're not gonna do that. So that's the problem. I don't understand how how you can go from winning the Commissioner's Cup to getting crunk and lit. I even said CC, I could rock with CC at the club. CC was getting lit. To Stephanie White is horrible. She don't know how to coach, and there's an agenda. Everybody against her, even the organization, even the GM is against her. I heard them say everybody is against her. Everybody in the FIBA organization is against her because they don't want to play CC ball. No, what they're trying to do is play team ball. But I will tell you this: Indiana FIBA fans, the real ones, your Clarkies say they don't need. The only person they need is Aaliyah Boston. So y'all just let me talk to Kelsey Mitchell because we'll take her. We'll take a hook, line, and sinker.
Yep. And look,
I'm laying.
Before I let Bro Claude and Duvall get back in here, this is what I want y'all to hear on what they were saying about Caitlin Clark. Take a listen.
Mm-hmm.
Players getting involved in the action.
It's like your ass could have went to any of these other teams, bro.
So it's clear. It's clear the way because Caitlin Clark is ball dominant. And so it's very clear the way Caitlin Clark plays. Stephanie White is not a fan of that style of basketball.
She should have never came here then.
Exactly. So the thing is, even if Caitlin goes off, and you called that, you put me onto that as well. Even when Caitlin goes off, like she did versus New York, she still don't like that type of play.
She still don't. Furious when Clark was hitting them three. Now, if she was missing them, that's different. But for you to be seeing her hitting them three in a row, like, yeah, you may not like this shot, but she's making them. That's the problem. She's making them. You're not giving her. Did y'all
hear what he just said? Talking about she is making them.
But
what is she making? Man,
they talk about those 3 shots in the 38 seconds in that one game in New York.
In New York when she came back. But ever since then, she's not making nothing. They want Stephanie White to bow down to the way Caitlin Clark plays. But we already seen the way Caitlin Clark plays, it don't equal winning basketball. It does not equal winning basketball. So let me continue.
Confidence in the shot, it looks like.
Yeah.
This is crazy, bro. They snuck her in Indiana to fuck this shit up, bro.
It couldn't have been a real interview as far as, hey, what do you see with this team? Either you lied, like you either lied and said, yeah, we're gonna get up and down, we're gonna be shooting in 7 seconds or less.
Bro, Dunn was saying that though. Dunn was saying, no, we want to run, we want people to get up and down the court. She was saying that. They were saying that.
So she lied on the application, got the job, and started doing whatever the hell she wanted to do. That's what it sounds like.
My nigga, let me tell you something, bro. Even if that's the case, this still comes down to the front office.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, because y'all can stop this shit whenever the fuck y'all want to.
Yeah.
Y'all can pull her to the side. Listen, we want to run. Put that ball in Clark's hands, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. We gave you 19 games. Can you put the ball in her hands now?
Yeah. Bro, we're under 500.
Y'all aren't doing it. Y'all are allowing this to go on. This is crazy, bro.
So at this point, y'all tolerating it, y'all allowing it to go on, and it's just a saboteur, man. Like
you can see Clark ain't even happy. They really trying to break her. She's not happy. She's out there just passing, just watching everybody else. They don't know what Natasha Howard's missing. I'm not watching to watch these motherfuckers.
Nah.
I didn't WNBA pass to watch Eric McDonald take 7 threes. I didn't. I knew her from trying to guard Clark after a free throw. She got
like real talk. Y'all are kind of taking our bread and not giving us the product that we want. We got to be honest, bro. We got to be honest, bro. That y'all taking our bread and we're not getting what we need.
This, y'all know that y'all are taking all of our fucking bread and y'all are not giving us what the fuck we are paying to see. I did not get a WNBA pass for Natasha Howard. I did not get one for Eric McDonald. I did not get one for Stephanie White. None of that shit, unless we're playing against them. The least you could do is not fuck with the offense. Bro, we had the best offense.
Yeah.
Everybody was scared of us.
Man, do you hear how these guys sound? That fella lets you know it's never been about the Indiana Fever. It's always been about Caitlin Clark and what her stats look like and how she's performing. They did not even give Indiana the props for winning the Commissioner's Cup, doing all this winning when Caitlin Clark was out of the lineup. They didn't care. They didn't care that Aaliyah Boston was going off. They didn't care that Ari McDonald made a difference when she came back. They didn't care that Kelsey Big Shot Mitchell was doing absolutely crazy things. They didn't care when Natasha Howard went on a roll. They did not care. All they care is about Caitlin Clark. And that just proved to us that it's never been about the Indiana Fever. It's always been about Caitlin Clark. And that's why we have to apologize to any Indiana Fever fans, real fans, that we've been getting on and calling y'all delusional. We apologize.
We do.
Sincerely, we apologize. I'm going to let Bro Claude get in here, man. Go ahead, Bro Claude, man.
Well, first off, I want to thank God. I was 2 car lengths from a severe car accident. Saw my life flash right in front of me. 1 car flipped over right in front of me. On my way. That's how I got off the phone. I'm glad to be alive. Yeah, I'm glad to be alive. There was some critical stuff that happened, right? I was on the phone with you guys, and then all of a sudden that happened. Okay. What I will say is this. There are some Caitlin Clark fans that are standard fans that like their player. There are Caitlin Clark fans that are Clarkies. In that group of Caitlin Clarkies is sycophants. Sick of fans saying how they know how Caitlin Clark thinks, and they know when she's gonna go to the toilet stool and how many pieces of toilet paper she gonna use to, you know what I mean, to wipe herself. I'm being absolutely serious. These sycophants are some serious people, and me and K-Sap and Keisha been getting them for a while inside of our messengers. I mean, if y'all just go look at our messengers, what they leave in the comments, what they say about us. And we did nothing at all, but respond. Once again, Angel Reese responding to what Caitlin Clark is doing and was doing to Raven Johnson in a game against LSU. So now they bring that all the way to the pros. And these guys are talking about Stephanie White as if she ain't been there 6 times in the last 6 years. They talking about what she done with the Phoenix Suns, and soon as she come here, they win a Commissioner's Cup without said player. But she off. I beg to differ. The thing is that when you're so caught up in what you feel, in your emotions, the emotions of anything get you cloudy because you're not, the dude didn't even sound straight. He didn't even sound like, okay, you want Caitlin Clark to only have the ball and you want all of the players except for herself to have the ball and shoot the ball, run the ball down the court, pass it to nobody, is Caitlin Clark. Let Caitlin Clark, everybody that's on the court, stand and shoot. And the referee go, burn, and she ain't got to do no jump ball. Just the referee just give her the ball. Go at it, Caitlin. She don't have to play no defense. So once she get it out the rim, she pass to the referee, give it back to her, shoot it again. That's what they want to see. Because you don't want her to be stuck 94-50, which that's legal to do. You don't want her to be coached in a certain offense because that's what she's supposed to do. This is professional basketball. What the hell is you talking about? It has to be a diagram and a demographic of handling certain things when it comes to playing sports and offensive schemes and defensive schemes. Well, we can't add on the defensive schemes because y'all don't want on there, and she don't want to play that shit either. It's obvious. So she don't want to do no schemes. She don't want to be stuck on defense. She don't want to play defense. Now y'all up here talking about the people that she's supposed to be passing the ball to, but y'all don't want her to have the ball either. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, hold on one second, bro, Claude. Just 1 second. Let me do something real quick. All right, go ahead.
Then, of course, you come up in the chat and lie, and say things just to, John Castronis, you put all her damn points together, she still ain't touching Asia Wilson or Fee Kaya. Talking about if you collectively put up points together, she had more points in her 2 years than anybody you just so delulu. You straight Lulu. Crazy. You heard that song, Crazy? It's like, I don't know, K-Sap, and it's getting real. It's really getting critical. They crashing the hell out, straight up. It remind me of The Fan. You remember that? With Wesley Snipes and what's my man name? Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
They reminded me of The Fan. And it's getting real scary. It's like we have to combat every time that I do a video. I have to think about what the hell is going to be next. I had to wake up to Angel Reese being a monkey on a 2K video cassette. I had to wake up to see baby girl as a chimpanzee with a basketball on the front of a 2K cover.
Yeah, we saw that, bro, Claude, but let's keep this about these Clarkies, man.
That's who did it. That's who did
it. Allegedly.
That's who he is, though. So I'm calling it out. That's theirs. That's their party. You feel me? I ain't off base.
Gotcha.
I know who I'm looking at. I know what I'm looking at, and I know who I'm talking to. And they watching you right now, brother K-Sap. So I'm saying what I'm saying because soon as you popped up, they ain't here hate watching.
Yeah. Just drop a like if you hate watching.
Drop a like if you hate watching. We gonna stay on your ass like white on rice, flies on shit, and baseball bats to a damn league ball. We gonna knock your ass out the park each and every time. Because Caitlin Clark, right now, her play is trending down. And you guys can't take it. And just keep it 100 with yourselves and say, she hit a wall, she'll get out of it. But right now, they got to figure something out as a team so that they can come in continuity to play better. But they don't want that, K-Sap.
They don't.
They want Caitlin Clark to have the ball, like I said. and be on the court by herself if that was any type of person that was sick. So I land right there.
All right, Duvall, what you got?
Boss man, you switched the box on me. I'm hurt.
Nah, I
Now
had to
I'm at
switch, man, because you ain't got no photo up there. I ain't want to block Bro Claude out. Go ahead with the comments. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I guess I feel better. It's all good.
Get out your feelings, boy.
Well, anyway, like I said,
Look, called my boy on purpose. Oh, it was false.
it's all good. Like I said, you can't separate the
I
two
love
from
you,
me.
brother. I love you,
I
brother.
love you. You know I love you, Bro Claude. You're a great man.
Yes, sir. You are too, brother.
But like I said, I can't separate the two. So I ain't apologize to nobody because they did not denounce this behavior. And they could have been denounced this behavior the moment it was happening. But because it made them look good as far as the perception that they got this large fan base, they turned the blind eye to the bad behavior. So they just as part of the problem as, you know what I'm saying, the people who's doing it. If this was a crime, it'll cause accessory to a murder. That what accessory to a murder is. You seen the crime and you didn't report it. So that's the same thing with the FIFA fan base. So we shouldn't have to apologize to none of them. Because they seen this bad behavior and they turned their blind eye for their own benefit. Caitlin Clark seen this bad behavior, but she turned her eye because of this for her own benefit, for her financial success and benefit. Yes, they only care about Caitlin Clark, and that's why Captain Engelberg, who's right about the rise of the WNBA because of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, if they just only there for those players, it's not going to be a sustainable model. It's not. It's not going to be a sustainable basketball model because they're not interested in learning the other players or even learning the game. And you can tell that when they post a positive or a negative comment about Angel Reese, the level of education when it comes to their basketball knowledge, they're not really invested into basketball. They're just invested into her because they want to use her as a symbol for their agenda when it comes to hatred, misogyny, and racism. So who are we apologizing to? We apologize to the racists that saying the racist things, or we apologize to the true quote-unquote fever fans that were 3,000 last year before Caitlin Clark got there, that's looking at the situation and looking at those racist fans but turning the blind eye. Who we apologize to? See, I might not have a face on my photo, but I still speak that truth. I still speak that realness, boss man. So at the end of the day, we just gotta call a spade a spade. Ain't no apologizing because they all wrong.
I got a question then. What
Yes,
do you
ma'am.
want? What do you want them fans to do?
They should denounce it when it was happening. They
So
ain't like
you
this
want?
racist stuff happened just now.
So let me ask you something. So you want? So if I'm a Chicago Sky fan and there's a racist fan in the building,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's one in every fan base.
Of course.
You want those Chicago Sky fans, the other ones, to do what exactly?
First of all, if they see somebody having a racist episode, denounce it, get rid of it, do what they can to separate themselves from it when it
And
is
how,
happening.
and how do you know they haven't? How do you know some of those Fever fans hadn't done that?
Okay.
That's a good point. Good point.
I got you. I got a good answer for it.
Yeah, that's good, Keisha.
You are a content creator, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
We did many videos together. We see some nasty comments.
Yeah.
How many of those fever comments went into those same videos and say, no, don't do that? We're here to talk about basketball. All that other stuff, we're not going to have it. So until we see, or somebody in the chat see, that there are fever fans that say, no, we do not condone this behavior, they are part of the problem.
Now, I've seen some videos that I made, Duvall.
I've seen that though.
People have come in the comment section and talking about, no, I'm one of the real Indiana Fever fans. It ain't just about Caitlin. You know what I'm saying? So y'all guys got to stop that. I've seen comments like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you might see one or two, but it's not enough of them to answer out what we have been experiencing when it comes to their behavior, when it comes to their player.
So again, if I'm an LSU fan and I say y'all cut that out and they don't cut it out, I'm still lumped in with the other LSU fans that's racist?
No, because you, like I said, you trying to do something about it.
So
Even
how,
if you're not successful, you still trying to do something about it. You're not turning a blind eye to the situation.
so how do you know those Fever fans hadn't done it?
I'm not around those Fever fans every day, but like I said, from what I see and what I experience, I don't see them trying to stop it.
Because
I
some
see some.
people, look, I'm just being honest with you. I've been in all walks of life. Some
Yeah,
people ain't with the shit,
Yeah,
but they can't do nothing about it. All they can do is say, hey, stop that. What you doing, young man? Why you hollering at that person like that?
that's a
I've
fact.
seen I've seen it at games. Like, why you hollering that out? What's wrong with you? Who you think goes and gets sometimes gets security? Yeah, I don't like these people in front of me. I don't know what they're saying. How do you not? We've even did shows where we had some people fans that was speaking out on Twitter. We had those examples, Duval, where it was a couple of black ladies say they didn't like what was going on and it was ridiculous.
yeah, there was
You know,
Sky
they
fans. There was Sky fans though. That's what I'm saying.
But look, check this out. Let's go and
Well,
continue.
we can't act like all I'm saying is we can't. So what you saying is all of them are complicit. So that lets me know that shit. If one LSU fan acts a fool, I'm lumped in because I ain't doing enough.
All right, hey, that's cool. Keep the vision. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't look at it as we trying to slight y'all. You know what I'm saying? We just taking some of y'all's talking points to let people know. I ain't got no problem with chopping it up with you either, man. I mean, you can come over, we can chop it up, man. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the salute. Appreciate you, tuned in and watching. You said you have no problem chopping it up with us about the topic. I'm in the airport right now, but we can definitely set this up for one day. That's cool.
That's
Hey,
cool. Yeah.
you more than welcome, man. So it is what it is, man. Appreciate you tuned in, though. Yeah.
Right.
So but I agree with what I agree with some of the things that Duval is saying, but I'm like Keisha. If I do my part, should I be lumped in with the rest of them? I think that's what she was asking. I don't think I should be, if I'm the one that's always constantly got to come in somebody's comment section and say, hey, I've been following the Indiana Fever or said team before said player got there. I'm about the team. Whatever that person brings to the table, if we can benefit from it, I'm going to ride with it. But if it becomes a problem, that's when I got to start, telling people like, hey, this is what it is. I don't condone that, but I shouldn't be lumped in with that. That's what we're saying.
I agree, K-Sap, because I'm a man of justice. And just because I officially got some cousins that's murderers and killers, but I ain't shooting nobody. And I don't. I actually think whatever move that they made was wrong.
Yeah.
So why the hell should I get shot? And I wasn't even over there when they did the move that they did.
What they say, bro, Claude? You're guilty by association, dog.
By association.
That's what you say, man.
They do say that.
But I'm just a kid that don't even get involved in that.
Yeah.
And this is what we finding in our community, that the young ones, the ones that is for right, always end up getting hurt because of emotional lash outs.
Yeah.
So we have to be better. We are better over here in Simply Ball Dropping. We know better than to say it all of the Indiana fans feel this way.
Yeah.
We are better than that. We are better than them. Yes, it's all right to have a few soldiers to say, I don't give a God. Yeah, I want that soldier that I have to say, hey, calm down, calm down.
Hold on once, bro, Claude. Let me get this new member, man. Hey, shout out to Hog Boss, become a new member of YouTube with the Simply Ball Dropping family. I appreciate you, my brother.
Here comes the money.
Man, y'all give Hog Ball a round of applause.
What's up, L? What I would like to say is that is real simple. is real simple. And I think I speak for us in the room. I do rather for a man to feel like he had to shoot than a man that don't shoot at all. That's complicit. But I also want the understanding of that we can't shoot everybody.
Yeah.
Who's not guilty in our land.
Yeah. But hey, man, I mean, Bro Clyde, I agree with that segment right there. But you know that the terminology that come along with that, man, guilty by association, man.
That's
I mean,
true.
I was labeled like that when I was in high school, just because I hung around the thugs and the drug dealers and stuff.
All the
The
time.
assistant principal made it a thing like, oh, you part of them. You out there doing the same thing they doing. But it wasn't that, because I was off in the sports, but I was still hanging around the people that was doing bad, and I knew that. But I wasn't doing none of that. They was my partner. You know what I'm saying? They was the people that was coming to the gymnasium every time I laced it up, every time I put a football helmet on, every time I put the baseball cleats on. They was the ones that was coming supporting. They was my homies. It's always a situation where you got the athlete and then you got the people that don't play. They just there to support you, right?
All the time.
But since you hang around them after the game, they'll be waiting outside the gymnasium for you. So once you put your street clothes back on and you go back out with them, now you got this label on you. Now you're guilty by association. That's the problem. So what you said, Bro Claude, it was spot on. And look, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with anything that you said, because that's just life. But what Keisha said, if she's doing her part, should she be a part of this nonsense? But she is trying to diffuse the stuff. But then you got people that's overshadowing her, but now she's lumped in. That's the part that can be controlled, but it's not controlled, because you do got some straight up Indiana Fever fans from the Tamika Catching days.
Right.
You got them. You got them from the championship day. You got that. But now you got a product that the guys on Angry Fan and Keep the Vision are talking about. It's the product that they want to see. They want to see Caitlin Clark, and that's all they want to see. They can care less about the Indiana Fever. You heard what Angry Fan said. I got the league pass not to see Ari McDonald, Natasha Howard, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell. I got it to see Caitlin Clark. But the situation is not going to change if she wants to get moved out of Indiana. Y'all going to have that same issue when she goes to her next team. Because y'all got rid of Christy Sides. Y'all said Christy Sides was the problem. Y'all said Christy Sides was holding Caitlin Clark back. Now she goes over there with Stephanie White. Angry Fan said she should have never came to the program if she couldn't adjust to the style of ball that Caitlin Clark plays. But the style of ball that Caitlin Clark plays has never won Caitlin Clark anything. So what y'all guys want Caitlin Clark to do is just have, what y'all say, patting her stats, making her stats look good. You know what I'm saying? Making everything about Caitlin Clark and not worried about what the team needs to do better to flourish. Because evidently they was flourishing when Caitlin was out of the lineup. They was on, that the chemistry was gelling. Y'all had no problem with Ari McDonald being in the lineup, doing what she was doing, playing gritty defense, hitting threes down. So I don't think there's no coach for Caitlin Clark. Yeah, if you look at the NBA, Magic Johnson got coaches fired. LeBron got coaches fired. But at the same time, if Caitlin Clark goes to another team, can we start labeling Caitlin Clark a coach killer? Can we start labeling her a coach killer? That's the problem. So what the media did when Caitlin Clark came in the league, they got behind her. They bigged her up. If y'all want to say that she is the cash cow and she's bringing in money and she's making these players money and things like that. Y'all can have that. We're past that. We're talking about basketball. What does Caitlin Clark need to do to get better? Because now I can turn the corner and say, now the media personnel are now starting to walk back all the comments they say about Angel Reese. Now they on this Angel Reese train. Angel Reese is dominating in year 2. She's outplaying Caitlin Clark. That's what I'm talking about. So if you move Caitlin Clark to another team, y'all going to have the same issue, because if that coach don't bow down to Caitlin Clark's style of play, y'all going to be on y'all's podcast talking the same stuff.
Mm.
And I'll land there.
Their problem is that they say they don't want Caitlin Clark to change, but she has to change. You have to develop and get better.
Yeah.
Angel Reese is changing in real time.
And that's what I think that's what's hurting a lot of people in the media. They have nothing else to talk about. And now it's okay. Now let's get on this Angel Reese train.
Because you got to think about it, K-Sap. She's got to adjust to a grown woman's game.
Yeah.
She's got to develop the things that worked in college. It's not going to work here.
And what people fail to realize is, like Angry Fan, you talking about the logo threes. Yeah, she hit 3 in a row against New York when she came back. But outside of that, you talking about she's making them. Y'all talked about one game. But what has she done ever since that New York game? She ain't did diddly squat. If you want to keep watching Caitlin Clark come down and shoot logo threes, be my guest. Be my guest.
I mean,
Caitlin Clark's game is not complete. I've seen that movie before. I've seen the movie before, people logo threes. I've seen it.
We seen that.
But if you're not shooting it at a high clip, why are you going to keep shooting it? Shout out to Wody Mack for the $2 super chat.
Here comes the money.
He said Reese playing good and losing, but we blame Marsh.
But you just made my point, Walter Mack. No one player can win. That's why it's 5 spots out on that floor. And that's why it's called offensive system. See the difference between us Sky fans and some of the Clarkies? I ain't gonna loop you in, Walter Mack, but sometimes
Nah, loop that nigga in. Shit.
I be getting confused. Here's the difference. We want schemes. Offensive and defensive. And when we don't see it out there, we look at the coach. You see, we want a system. Y'all don't want nothing. Y'all just want Caitlin to run up the court and launch that bitch from Mars.
Let that whole go.
Hold on, Keisha. Let me get this super chat.
Here comes the money.
Let me get this super chat, man. Almarosa Macari 45 for the $5 super chat. She said Bluter crippled her. She should have gone SEC. Also, not working in the offense was a mistake. Great point. But I'm gonna piggyback off of what Keisha said. When we do talk about the Chicago Sky, we don't just say, "Hey, put the ball in Angel Reese's hand and let everybody else get out the way." We don't say that.
No.
We talk about who we need to put in the game, who needs the ball, bring the ball up. We don't want Rachel Banham bringing the ball up. We either want Courtney Vandersloot, not Courtney Vandersloot, but Haley Van Lith or Ariel Atkins bringing the ball up. We want Carmilla Cardoso to get more aggressive. We want Ariel Atkins to take more shots. We want Rachel Banham to come off screens and pin downs, then let her fire it away. We want E. Will to come in the game to be aggressive, to play alongside Angel Reese. We done got on Michaela Anyuede for the way she's not playing, but we know what she's capable of doing. We want her to be that Swiss Army knife. We're not talking about, hey, we're gonna win. It's a team game out there.
I literally
It's a team
asked-
game out there. We need, like Keisha said, we need a system. We need something that's gonna work. We failed to put 2 back-to-back games together and get victories. That's our concern. We trying to get victories. I don't care who's in the lineup. We trying to get victories. I can't sit there and undermine if the Chicago Sky win a game and Angel Reese is not playing. But that's what y'all guys did. Y'all undermined everything that the Indiana Fever did when Caitlin Clark was not around. That's the problem. But look, I know.
Oh, I think he went out.
He went out. But what I would say is this, Keisha. Michael Jordan had to listen to Phil Jackson. He had to listen
greatest
to
basketball player known,
the
and he had to
greatest
listen to somebody.
basketball player to breathe air. He had to take a time out and talk to Phil Jackson and come up to his house in the mountains, right? He said, "You're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like it." It's in his book.
They try to sabotage me, man. What the hell is going on?
It's in Michael Jordan's book where they
Hold on once. Let me get Reddick. Hey, shout out to Reddick, man. She's been a member for 9 months, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Reddick. Reddick doing the damn thing.
Here comes the money.
They try to sabotage me, y'all. I don't know what happened,
Hey,
man.
Cody, let's switch coaches. But what I'm saying is Phil Jackson had them come on up to the mountains. And he told Mike, he said, "You're not going to like it. You ain't going to like it. I know you're not going to like it. But I don't need you to score 40 points a game. Hell, I don't need you to score 35 points a game. Really, I don't need you to score 30 points a game. But what I do want you to do is to work with these guys and help me develop Scotty. Help me develop Horace. Make sure they can get involved and get some of the push and the pull that you're going to need them to do. Help me develop all the different ones. And don't you see Craig Hodges and John Paxson in the corner? He said they ain't worth shit. This is in his book. He said they worth it if you use them properly. This is in Michael Jordan's book. Go read it.
All right, let me get this super chat real quick.
Go ahead.
Shout out to Amodi Mac.
Here comes the money.
He said, being said, it sounds like what CC fans say also. I don't know what Wody Mac talking about.
I don't know what that meant. But the great Michael Jordan had to change. Kobe Bryant had to change. Shaquille O'Neal had to adjust. David Robinson had to adjust for a youngin that was coming in, and he was one of the greatest postmen to ever play the game and the most versatile big men ever.
Hold on, let me get this. Hold on. Look, Wody going crazy.
Oh, shit.
Shout out to Wody for the $2 super chat.
Here comes the money.
Sometimes Wody be throwing me off, man, because reading the chat, they say CC is why they lose. Man, I'm gonna skip over that.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Reddick Milky Way for the $5 super chat.
Here comes the money.
It'll take White all day. White actually advocated for her players, especially CC, who wasn't even getting fouled.
Yeah, she did advocate for. You know what? If y'all want to get rid of Stephanie White, give us Stephanie White.
Yeah.
We'll
also,
take.
Hey, look, what also, man, shout out to Wally Mack for the $2 super chat.
Here comes the money.
But Keisha, ain't one player alone, right? Sometimes Wally Mack just
it ain't one player alone. He mean that's playing bad. It is one player.
Man, he all over the place sometimes.
Oh, no,
man.
I know exactly where he at. It is one player, Wody Mack, that's playing bad. You know why? Because they won the Commissioner Cup without that one player. As soon as she come back, Nobody's playing good. It's the same thing that when I got you toe-to-toe last year, and I showed you where Nalissa Smith scoring went down when Caitlin Clark came. Kelsey Mitchell scoring went down when Caitlin Clark came. Leah Boston scoring went down when Caitlin Clark came. And then you battle me and say, oh, it's because she could shoot the ball too, Black, and she getting more possession. Do you remember this conversation? I said, yes, maybe that means that it should be added upon because she's the one who is the great assist passer where she pick and choose who gets the ball. Then if she can't get it to him, it's her choice to shoot the ball. You remember that conversation, right? It was like yesterday. She's not being effective with these girls in the system that Stephanie White has laid out. She don't like it. So since she don't like it, they're going to end up with another coach next year.
Yeah.
I land.
If they run her out, that's how it's going to be. But I want y'all guys to focus on something real quick. I just want y'all to just put your thinking cap on there for just a second, man. Take your heart out of it and just think. I want y'all to think about this. DeWanna Bonner was screaming for help. That's why she took that leave of absence. She knew and she saw the writings on the wall. Then all of a sudden, then you had Sophie Cunningham in her post-game press conference talking about the division in the locker room. Then you heard what Sid Colson said. Then you heard what Natasha Howard said. So guys in the chat, what's the common denominator? Who do you think they was referring to? What's the issue? Because now you heard when Caitlin Clark came back that the team was disconnected. They wasn't playing well. So who does that lie on, Wody? Who does that lie on?
The 3 milk queens.
That lies on Caitlin Clark. Why all of a sudden that you're playing that great of basketball, that one player comes back and everybody got a different body language? Talk to me about that, Wody. It couldn't have been the coach, Sean Patterson. It couldn't have been. The coach just won the Commissioner Cup. The coach, 4 games, they beat their opponents by 20 plus points. But then all of a sudden, you announce the comeback of the player, and all of a sudden, the Indiana Fever's body language, they just look disconnected. You can't blame the coach on that. Something is not right in that locker room.
Something just ain't right.
Something's not right.
I wanted to try to tell you, baby.
And you know what's the crazy part about this whole thing? Is Caitlin Clark, even when her shot is not falling, she can actually go to something else. Set up a team, get them the passes where they need to go, get the ball to the people with the hot hand. She has that control. I think I watched that game last night, and I think Stephanie White thought it'd be a good idea to have 2 ball handlers off on the court. And I think she was trying to take some of the pressure off of Caitlin Clark because she was coming back off her injury. Now, she inserted Ari McDonough into the starting lineup with Caitlin Clark. And we've talked in nauseum about the small ball lineup. Some teams go to it. The Dallas Wings went to it. They're doing it right now with Zaza, Paige, and JJ Quinterly.
I got it.
So that system can work because those players, especially in FIBA, those FIBA's playing, they can get out and run and do all that stuff. But the problem with that team is, and the problem with Caitlin Clark, and I'll let Bro Clark get in there. The problem with that is, with them is, They don't want her to learn a half court set. They just want her to get out and run in transition. She's got to learn how to play in the half court. When you ever heard somebody that don't play in the half court win a championship? When have you? Tell me the team that won just playing in transition.
Not and one. Not and one.
So y'all don't want Stephanie White to try to teach her how to play in the half court?
I got it. K-Sap.
Go ahead.
I got it. K-Sap. You finna drop the bomb on this. I got it. All of you that's watching, Caitlin Clark fans, CC fans, Clarkies, and our fans, for the Chicago Sky and Angel Reese, I got it. Lenny Wilkins did it. Caitlin Clark should be the coach and player of the Indiana Fever. There it go. There it go. Let her be the coach and the player.
Player coach.
Player coach. Don't act like it ain't been done.
Then we won't have this problem.
We won't have it. Let Caitlin be the coach of the Indiana Fever and play. We won't have no problem. Let it be. Let's see how that's going to work.
Hold on. Let me say this right quick. And we'll let Duval. Somebody in the chat talking about Aaliyah Boston numbers are down and blah, 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 without Caitlin. Let me just say this. Aaliyah Boston in 2023 averaged 14.5 points a game. In 2024, with Caitlin Clark, she averaged 14 points a game for that season. In 2025, Caitlin Clark has missed 9 games. She's averaging right now 16 points a game. Aaliyah Boston averaged 14 without her and 14.5 with her. All you got to do is look it up.
Google's your best friend.
Google is your best friend. I say it all the time.
See, and that's the problem I have. People come in here and they speak off of emotions.
Let her be the coach.
They don't come in here with the facts, the meats and potatoes, man. Do your research before you start speaking. I've told you that plenty of times, man. It don't take a rocket science to Google something and put it together before you come in speaking reckless. You coming out like a cabbage, all head and no ass. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem that I have. And then when somebody pulls the facts up on you, you guys want to start tiptoeing and doing the retreat dribble. And then you want to get ghosts. Don't do that. Don't do that.
But Aaliyah Boston is a 3-time. Look, Aaliyah Boston is a 3-time All-Star, K-Sap. She gonna get it regardless.
Davis. My bad, Keisha. Go ahead.
No, I was saying she a 3-time All-Star. She gonna get it regardless, K-Sap.
Hey, Vibe Davis. I'm original, baby. Ain't nobody like me. I'm in the Music Hall of Fame, baby. Ain't none like me, baby. Ain't none like me. I don't need to be like nobody. I don't want to be like nobody else.
Man, this is crazy. But
they
look,
this case I'm stealing people takes. Hey, I don't watch other people.
Hold on.
Guess what?
Somebody said something. Hold on. I missed it. What'd they say?
Vibe Davis said Bro Claude and K-Sap don't know ball. All they do is steal other people's takes. I don't fuck with other people.
Hold on, Bro Claude. Check this out. Vibe Davis. The pot is on the stove right now, and it got some good ingredients in there. Bring your ass up here, and we'll put you in there, and I'll put you in the blender, and I'll cook you. That's how much I know. So if you want to feel froggy, I'm going to drop the link. You come on up here, and you can get some of this nice seasoning I got prepared for you.
Come on, we got.
Because if you're not sneezing, it's not seasoned.
Hey, he got some voodoo. He good at it too.
So come on up here. The link is in the chat.
Come on.
Make it light on yourself, partner.
Come on.
Make it light on yourself.
We know you. We know sometimes when that happens, your tail go between your legs from
Make it light on
behind.
yourself. And I'm glad you're here. So drop a like.
Glad you're here. Come on, Vibe.
The pot is hot. It's on the stove.
What's up, political?
And you can get put in there, or you can get put in the trick bag. It's one or the other.
We just waiting on you,
It
baby.
don't make me no never mind.
Come on with it. Let's see
Because
who.
see,
Original.
you're one of them ones that will
Keisha.
come in the chat. You'll throw a rock. You'll hide your hand.
Originality.
But when it gets real, and I drop that link, that's what I'm talking about.
Come on up here. Get some sauce.
Oh, nobody should have timed him out.
Don't fact.
Nobody, because I was ready to put him in. I was ready to put him in that pan. He was ready to get cooked. I was
The
going
ball,
to
you
I was
still
going to
here?
feed him to the chat.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm just waiting my turn. You know.
Good. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go. Yeah, I know I done talked a couple of times.
Man, y'all lucky he got timed out, but he wasn't gonna hit the link anyway.
Right.
See that's the stuff I have a problem with, man. I'm calm, cool, and collective.
Oh, Bob.
But if you want to talk your stuff, man, and you want to come up on the show and get off what you got to get off of, come on up here. Don't throw a rock and hide your hand. You popping off. Come get this work. Come get this work.
Work.
We'll put you in the trick bag. We'll put you in the hot grease. We'll feed you to the chat. And then look, after we feed you to the chat, we still gonna be cool.
Smoke in the grill.
That's all.
Smoke in the grill, baby.
But like I said, man, the link is in the chat for anybody that, you know, y'all more than welcome to come up, man. We're gonna be on here about 30 more minutes, but y'all welcome to come up, man. Y'all welcome to come up, man. Go ahead, Duvall. Go ahead and get what you got to get, Duvall. I'm quiet, man. They don't want that smoke.
I'm gonna say this: Coach Caitlin is the life of a superstar. What I mean by that is she have a fan base that has expectations for her and has an entitlement for her career. And when they feel like their needs or aspirations don't get met, they're gonna react with anger. That's just what it is. It's not right, but that's just the mindset of a fan, a sickle fan, when it comes to their passion for a person when they still being irrational with their thoughts.
That's right.
But that's just the reality of the situation. It's not right, but at the same time, they feel like, especially with Caitlin, because unfortunately, this is where the WNBA failed the league overall more than they failed Caitlin, is because the league wasn't as popular before Caitlin Angel became this big thing that helped the league come back to prominence. Now they feel like they are owed something because they feel like they helped the league get revitalized to what it once was. And so now they got these expectations of what they want from the league because they feel like they are entitled to what the league should provide them based on their fandom and their viewership and their dollars and their wanting and willingness to talk about the Fever and Sky and whoever on videos on YouTube to promote the league. Even if it's hidden agenda behind them promoting the league, still they feel like they are promoting the league. And so this is why I say the WNBA failed this league more than they failed Caitlin Clark. Because this league was promoted right, and they would have had the right leadership in place, you wouldn't have Caitlin Clark fans, or even in a small degree, Angel Reese fans coming in and feel like they are owed something. And that's the problem with this whole situation. And that's why they acted like 5-year-old children that need to go to timeout.
Jacob Warren, hit the link. Hit the link.
I feel you on this. That's a great point, DeBall. I feel you.
Jacob Warren, come up here and get some of this work. Come up here and get some of the work so we can look at your ugly ass.
Here the problem I have, man. See, when we talking discussions like this, and we start, cooking We got the kitchen smelling good. Why don't nobody want to hit the link?
Right.
Come
They don't
on.
want to get. They don't want to get put in that pan that's smelling real good. They don't
Come
want to
get
get
some of
put
this
in that fish
brown boy.
grease.
Get some of this pretty brown boy good hair stuff. Come on.
But
Come
it-
on
but
and
it-
get it.
But look, we got Wody Mack up here. He came up. What's going on, Wody?
Good morning.
Yeah, what's going on, y'all? I just
What's up, Wody?
What's up, Wody? What's up?
and you know, I was going $2 out until you dropped the link. So you probably would have got more money out of me if you didn't drop the link. But see, it's only 50 letters, and I'm trying to stretch my money. So that's why some of the things I said, I try kind of just build off the last one I said. So I know it might have not made complete
you
coherent
all
sense.
over the place.
And not necessarily. It's just like I had to say something. I'm at 50 letters, and then I got to say the rest in the next one. You know.
I got
I mean, I'm even trying to remember what was my super chat. Oh yeah, I can pull it in the back. All right. So first thing, I'm just looking at as a whole as what people would say in the chats. I know this is not everybody's necessarily talking points, right? But when I see frequently a lot of people saying some of the similar things, and whether on far to the right in a Clark chat, far to the right here, whatever the case may be, sometimes I like to ask the question, all right, do you really mean that what you're saying, or you just you going viral in the chat? So giving all respect and due, like when I said Reese is playing good, but the team is losing, and I come here or go in and we'll peek, just like how Miss Keisha, y'all broke it down. We're talking about what y'all would like to see, this player, that player, and then a lot of times the blame falls on Tyler Marsh, right? But I said a lot of times to a lot of people in chats, like Reese is playing a lot better. Something that is known as Tyler Marsh is a developmental coach. So whether some people, when I said that, it was like, nah, that's all Lisa Leslie. How much time is she spending with Lisa Leslie right now, you think, when she's every other day practicing with a team? I say I got to give some credit to the developmental expertise that he has there on his coaching staff and him himself, where you seeing an improvement in how she's playing, even though the team is still losing. I can give him that one bit of credit, right? Broke Law shot that down a couple of times. I said that before in other places, shot it down completely. But I mean, I put two and two together. You would believe that to be fair to true, right, KZ? Could you agree with that?
Can I get in for a second?
Go ahead, Duval. Could you agree with that? I mean, even though the team is still losing, you've seen an improvement in Angel Reese's play, and she's with the Chicago Sky's coaching staff day in and day out. So for that, I can give him some type of credit for that, right?
No, I would not. And I'm going to tell you why. Because she was playing like that in our rival. She played like that in high school. So she already had that in her. They just incorporated what she was already doing because they, big picture, they wanted to get Courtney Sloot and Camilla involved. They get her out the paint so they can have that pick and roll action. Reason why we get on Tyler Marsh, because one, there's no offensive creativity. And secondly, and this will hurt Tyler Marsh the most, he said that this team was built. Him and Jeff P. They both said the team was built and ready to win. And we don't see the results. Why is that? So that's a question that Tyler Marsh need to answer. In addition, this will hurt him also. His counterpart is doing more with less. Miss Natalie is doing more with 8, 9, 10 people that was on the 8th, 9th, 10th best player on the bench on other teams that nobody wants. And she made them over 500, and she got Caleb Thornton, who was the 8th, 9th player on Liberty. I know
she was the sixth woman.
Okay.
She was the sixth, first woman off the bench.
Well, still, 6th woman off the bench for the Liberty. She's an all-star. And she has developed way better with her than somebody else. And so when we see that, and they both came from the same system, same lady, Becky Hammond, we ask the question, why she get more or less and did we not?
Well, Natalie was probably really good. Go ahead, Miss Keisha. And you muted Miss Keisha.
Oh, am I muted?
I thought you was. I saw you tell.
I just raised my hand like a night. Whoa, look at Miss Keisha. I'm gonna disagree with my other partner in crime, Duval, and I know they're gonna be shocked to hear this, but I'm gonna say this. I will give Tyler Marsh some credit. You are right, Wody Mack, in my opinion. And this is what I would give him credit for. I know my player looking at me You about to be messing. No, I'm not. Angel Reese is in this new role, which is a role that I knew she could play in college, but Teaspoon didn't do that.
Right.
She started doing this
Right.
new role. I got to give him a little credit for that because, and also, he also put Rachel Bannum in a new role. I got to give him a little credit for that. What y'all think? I got to give him a
That's the
little.
point. Even though it ain't working yet, but they've played. Looking at the games, they played everybody close. Okay, so then we'll give what, and that's what I
Don't
like to
start that line
combine some
now.
thoughts.
At the beginning of the season, they was getting their ass blown the hell out.
Well, yeah, it takes sometimes it does take time, especially for a first year coach. Give him that, right? So where again, it does seem at times like I'm all over the place, but like I'll listen to things people say and I'll refer back to it, but later in the conversation. So sometimes I have to refer to it, right? One, what Duvall said is like the offense looks stagnant. I'll use that in comparison to what people said about the Indiana Fever, even though I kind of almost don't care, but just for the sake of conversation and debate, because I do like that aspect of sports talk. People say that when Cece was out in other places and looking even how they played yesterday, when she was on the bench because she played 24 minutes, they were struggling to score so much throughout the game. Okay, you're running, Stephanie White. You have soldiers who are willing to do what you tell them to do. The Sidney Colsons and the Ari McDonald's of the world, right? At that point guard position, right? But just in the same way, like that, where I've said many times, Stephanie White is like the Tom Thibodeau of women's sports. She got all his defense, and she wants to be a slow pace, like use matter of fact, like a football analogy, if you will. It's like a great defensive team that likes to run the ball, right? They want to play ball control offense, so they don't run, so they put less work on their defense. So in the same vein, she wants most of her shot attempts to be taken in the paint. That way it's not long rebounds. They can get their defense set in the half court for the most part. It's like her philosophy. She really don't have a dynamic modern day offensive style. She's more of a late 90s, early 2000s style of thinking type of coach when it comes to offense, right? And that's what I see. But it doesn't behoove the style of play that a Kelsey Mitchell can play, the style of play that a Ari McDonald can play. Definitely Caitlin Clark. Aaliyah Boston is very versatile and a playmaker, so she could play make from the free throw line extended. You know what I mean? The type of abilities that some of the players that she has, besides say, all right, Natasha Howard, that fits Natasha Howard completely. She loves to get in that paint, make her moves in the paint. Now, what some people would say is the coach can adjust to the type of players that they have, but when you're playing the way that you are, and they're fifth, they still are the fifth offense, overall rated fifth offense in the WNBA. But a good coach, people would say, is you can adjust to the personnel that you have. Why the one player, though, what I'm hearing some people saying is the one player on their team has to adjust to the scheme that she has, which I would like to see that. Okay, you show your versatility, right? Show your ability to adjust. And hell, she came in, even though limited minutes, I guess Stephanie White is trying to behoove her to take more shots out the mid-range. She's doing it. Her first shot was a shot step back out the mid-range, right? She still has a problem with protecting the ball in certain situations with the turnovers. You know, Lord willing, that'll be rectified. But one play that just goes to show you in a few minutes she had when she was pressing the defense off of a break, circled around like a Nash dribble and hit Natasha Howard cutting down the middle, right? Which is generally like how she plays. A lot of her assists were off of those fast break opportunities. You know what I mean? It's evident. Yeah, the offense looks totally different when the young lady is there. But people will say in the chat, when I did my second super chat, they lose because of CC. I land my plane.
I got a question for you, Wody, man. Go ahead.
Hold on, Muskeisha. Hold up. Let me ask you this question, Wody.
Go ahead,
When they started off the season, Stephanie White tried to cater to Caitlin Clark. Tried to play the Caitlin Clark way. Was that successful?
For the first couple of games?
Yeah, was that successful? Until she got injured, they were still one game hovering over 500, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she goes out. So now, like I said before, Now Stephanie White gets back to what you just said, playing the Tom Thibodeau type of game, right?
Ball control,
getting defensive stops, and putting the ball in the basket, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had no problem putting the ball in the basket, right? Because they was beating teams by 20 plus points. Is that a fact?
I'd have to go double check that.
No, you don't have to double check it. It's a fact.
You see,
they had no problem with them winning the Commissioner's Cup, right? They had no problem with Stephanie White then. So, like I said, I'm gonna go back to the DeWanna Bonner situation. When she got ghost, it was a reason she got ghost. It was a reason why Sophie Cunningham made the remarks she made. It was a reason why Sid Costa made the remarks she made. It's the reason why Natasha Harrod made the remarks she made. So now everybody said when CC came back, right, and she played, their body language was off. Why all of a sudden you building this great chemistry, one player comes back, the body language is off, the whole game changes. Now you talked about just put the ball in CC's hands and let her go to work. CC's style of play is not going to get you where you want to go. They want CC for the product, like Angry Fan and Old Buddy said, keep the vision. They just want to see CC with the ball, let CC get her numbers, and not worried about nothing else. That's the problem. Let me get this super chat real quick, and then I'm gonna let L get in here real quick. Dre Stewart, appreciate the $5 super chat.
Here comes the money.
Said Wody, Reese is working with an outside trainer and not giving Tyler nothing. Lisa and her new trainer credit. I'm gonna let Keisha ask the question to Wody, and then we're gonna let L get in here. Go ahead.
Hey, Miss L, I'm so sorry to keep you waiting.
The only thing I was gonna ask him, if Stephanie White came and told Cece, hey, we need to play through our biggest mismatch on the floor, Aaliyah Boston, and everybody else work off of her, and I think we could be successful. Do Caitlin Clark do it?
Absolutely.
Well,
yeah, what? And it's evident. It's evident that pick and roll. And it's evident because the high pick and roll is involving only one player, Leah Boston, who eats a lot off of that. So I would say, yes, she would agree to that. I think I've said it up here before too. Aaliyah Boston seems much better as a face-up player than probably some people would give her credit for, because she does have, the ability to put the ball on the floor, and she scores well off a driving layup. Mm-hmm. She plays face-up better than she does trying to bully ball. Certain players. She could bully feet, but she's not gonna bully like Tierra McConnell. Like, come on.
So you wouldn't be upset as a CC fan if Aaliyah Boston was featured in the office a little bit more, because I think it would open up a lot for the guards, the shooters.
They'll still complain about that. These Clarkies are still complaining about that.
Why they running some scoring happening though?
Why they running through Aaliyah Boston? All right, let me let L get in here. What's up?
Go ahead, L.
Hey y'all. Hey, Wody. We cool and all, but I'm gonna have to start taking notes of what I want to say, because you be coming up in here with these grad school theses, and I be forgetting my thoughts by the time you finish.
Yeah, I be writing it down. I be writing down notes, Miss L. That's how I got to come. I be writing down notes. I got to start taking timestamps to the chat.
You crazy? No, it's a few things, but the most important thing is, and we know this already, and we talk about it all the time, it's a double standard when the conversation is centered around the player or the conversation is centered around Angel, and there's this comparison game going on. So I'm gonna kind of be all over the place like Wody was for a second. I'll start with Tyler Marsh. I agree with Dre. I'm not giving Tyler much credit. I might give him 1%, and the 1% is that he's a development coach, and maybe as a development coach, he's a development coach first. Let me put it that way. And maybe as a development coach, he excels. To me, he's not an X's and O's coach, right? I don't mind a coach focusing on having a strong offense. But if you don't have a solid defensive plan, if you don't have a solid defensive identity, it doesn't matter what you do on the offensive end. You got what, supposedly 3 or 4 shooters on the team, but they're not consistent. We finally saw Beck Allen get in a groove last night, and she just could not be denied. But that we don't see that game in and game out, and you're relying so heavily on the perimeter and the 3-point shot that you're ignoring everything else. When we see him run plays for Angel, or have her facilitating or running plays through Camilla, we tend to be more successful. And he always moves away from what's working when it's working. And then the things that's not working, he leaves on the floor too long. So that's some of the issues that I have with him. And to Duval's point and Dre's point, Angel is she has multiple people that she's working with, including Lisa Leslie. People like to make assumptions on what they think she's doing or not doing based on what she sees. And the young lady has already told us she ain't showing everything. She's just not, because it's not our business. But we know that whatever she's doing that we see and don't see, it's showing up on that court. Her game is consistently elevated. You look at her numbers from last year down the line, she's improved in every category. She hasn't regressed. She's putting in the work. When you say, yeah, Angel looks good, but the team is losing, no one has that same type of narrative when it's Cece. The player. Y'all made me slip up and say that whole but the player, right? Like when she's out there, if she look bad, it's because of her team. If she look good, but the team don't do well, it's because of her team. It's never her. And it is a team sport. And on every team, there is a superstar or a leader. And yes, they're supposed to have an impact on the game, but they can't do it alone. I don't care what nobody says. Don't come in here with no MJ comparisons, no Kobe comparisons, because even at the elite level that they play, they cannot win the game without the other bodies on the court. There's no way. There's no way. When the Fever was losing all those games at the beginning of the season last year, they turned around after the Olympic break, correct? But prior to the Olympic break, they looked like a subpar team. They looked horrible for the most part. Nobody said a blip. They got to get time to jail. But Angel and the Chicago Sky, they don't get the same grace. Then when they came back from the Olympic break and they started beating all the teams regardless of record, then it was like, oh, they on a heater. Caitlin, this is why she's the face of the league, blah, 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 blah. Even the teams with the lowest records they were beating, and that was the narrative that we were hearing. But then when the Chicago Sky this season beat the Wings and the Connecticut Suns and the LA Sparks, first thing out of people's mouths is, but they under 500.
Mm-hmm.
Those are raggedy teams anyway. Yep. It's always a double standard.
The Fever lost to those same teams without CC. That's where it was even that you heard it even louder. Yeah, the team is trash. This ain't no champ. You started hearing people like they ain't about to win nothing. If they can't beat the Connecticut Sun with no CC, this Fever ain't winning nothing. I was hearing other Clark supportive channels saying that, and I happen to believe it's true. Y'all got beat to hell by the Connecticut Sun when DeWanna Bonner, and I was DeWanna Bonner in a 21-point game. But it's the Connecticut Sun. But hey, the Sun just did beat the Storm, so maybe they're better than we thought.
And who the Wings just beat last week?
The Mercury.
Thank you. It's anybody's game on any given night. The Mystics just beat the Aces. We can get into the horrible officiating and all of that. The reality is we're going to see that across the board, and it's going to be worse for some teams. And we know that
y'all be moving that goal.
Based on what we see,
it's a point of fact, though. It's a point.
They have a horrible whistle, but my point is, it's a double standard. And when it comes to anything involving Angel Reese, she could be on any team in this league. The mere fact of her presence and her name is always going to bring out the double standards. Right now, she's clicking on all cylinders, even with having more increased turnovers. as a forward. She people are that's what they want to hone in on now. She got more turnovers than CC, or she got
The
the highest
goalposts. It's the
rate the
goalposts.
rate of turnovers for a forward, a point forward. All this nonsense, but she don't deserve to be on the 2K game cover. Like, she doesn't deserve this. She doesn't deserve that. It doesn't matter what she does on or off the court. There are going to be men, black men, racist people, even black women trying to devalue what this young lady brings to the table and to the game. And that's the biggest issue that I have, especially because it's only coming from that fan base. You don't hear Mercury fans talking about Angel like that.
Oh.
You don't hear New York Liberty fans talking about Angel like that. The viruses, their fan base is the only fan base that goes so hard at her neck.
You heard what Courtney Williams and Natasha Heidemann was talking about in the car about the All-Star thing. She talking about, look, we got Angel on the team. I'm just gonna start jacking stuff up because I know Angel got the rebound.
Exactly.
Yeah. See, they don't want to talk about that. And El, you made a great point. It's not other teams slighting Angel Reese. It's that fan base. It's that fan base. That's the problem. But see, the crazy thing about it is, this is what people don't
until
want.
You say she better than Asia Wilson. Then if you want to see some disrespect,
but
say that out loud.
Hold on, I want to show y'all this. They don't want to talk about this though. They don't want to talk about that though. That's what they don't want to talk about. But angry fans said, let her keep shooting. She's making them. I want to read this in context for all these Clarkies in the chat, right? 3 for 28, 3-point field goal in the last 4 games. 10.7% is the worst in a 4-game span in WNBA history, a minimum of 25 attempts. But what is Caitlin Clark known for? Y'all ain't got to say it all at once. What is she known for?
The logo 3.
I'll land right there. I just wanted to put that up for context.
The logo 3 has never been a high percentage shot. I know Steph Curry make it look like everybody can do it, but everybody can't do it.
She's not Steph. Stop mentioning her with Steph, man. I hate when people do that.
I can say Dame Lillard. I can say Trae Young.
Don't even mention her with none of them.
I can say all of them.
Don't mention her with none of them.
All I'm saying is a low.
Wody, she not none of them at 3 for 28, Wody.
And see, this is what you're doing, Wody.
Wait,
this is what you're doing, Wody. You hating on your girl over there in New York and Sabrina Ionescu. That's who you're doing. That's because you don't compare CC to them. I would rather compare Sabrina to them.
Is better because Sabrina is better overall. But still, Sabrina had we don't highlight Sabrina. Well, okay, matter of fact, I take it back. There's a nickname for Sabrina that is ridiculous, and y'all know it. Y'all heard it. Tour dates. Y'all heard it. They called it tour dates for the final game of the finals because she shot 1 for 19. I got
a question, Wody. Is Sabrina Ionescu better than Caitlin Clark this season?
Yeah. Even though she went 1 for 9 yesterday, 1 for 10 today, yeah, she still is.
But she
still shooting the same bad 3-point percentage. But Sabrina goes to the rack. Sabrina shoots out the mid-range, and Sabrina still playmate. She do other things to help win.
And she could dribble the ball.
Interesting.
Janera said, big lies. Straight up call my girl tour dates. Call my girl tour dates.
And Sabrina got a chip. And Sabrina got a chip. So why isn't she celebrated like Caitlin Clark?
I've heard the rumor per se be it though that you remember keep this in mind. Think about this. For the last 3 or 4 NBA All-Stars, they invited Sabrina Ionescu to have a shootout against Steph Curry, even though she was in and out throughout the season due to injuries. And allegedly, people did not like Sabrina when she first getting it, but now there's somebody that they don't like even more, so she's ignored. Allegedly. So the narrative.
But I thought she checked all the boxes. I mean, she's straight, she's married, she keeps her nose clean.
No,
shoots that.
nobody dislikes Sabrina though that like Cece.
She
I
shoot
don't
from
think.
the
I don't think.
logo.
You
She
sure
got
about
a
that?
chip. Look,
I haven't heard. I have not yet heard anybody say. I don't even think anybody said anything bad about anybody on the Liberty. Like, how do you dislike the Liberty? How you don't like a winner?
You don't be
How you
paying
don't
attention
like
then,
winners.
because they, especially when it comes to the 3-point conversation, or even when if I've seen games where the Liberty is playing and Ionescu will shoot what she has always done. We've seen her do before anybody even knew who the player was. And now they'll say, if she shoots and makes the basket from the logo, oh, she just did a Caitlin Clark. What? These are the commentators talking.
look, L. That's why I asked the question, L, because I'm like, she checks all the boxes. Why y'all ain't supporting Sabrina like y'all do, old girl? And she went, and she on a
Because
team that wins.
Sabrina didn't have a black nemesis. That's why. We know the answer.
Okay. I
We
got
know the real answer. And then people will, going back, I'm kind of going back because I didn't have my list, do the Wodies, whole
You writing down notes?
head talk. But one last thing I wanted to say on the Tyler Marsh piece is this comment is less about Tyler's ability and more about how people will still try to continue to devalue Angel's skill set. Really?
What the hell was
Wody,
that?
for real?
Sorry, I had to mute myself.
This dude is
That's my
playing
phone
frog.
notification.
What
Oh,
kind
My
of
phone
gaming type
notification.
of
That's Frogger.
that I was
No,
like,
that's the
that
Super
sounds
Mario
And
coin.
Cupid.
Super
Super
Mario
Mario.
coin.
That's Mario.
That's whenever I get a notification on my phone. It's
Yeah, that
Super
sound like
Lord.
Mario
you.
coin.
But
Go ahead, Al.
this comment, I feel like is less about Tyler Marsh's ability as a quote unquote development coach and more about people trying, not all people, but a lot of Angel Reese haters trying to devalue her skill set. Is y'all keep talking about Tyler is helping Angel to, do this, and Keisha shared already. We've seen it. Duvall talked about it. Angel been doing this, but she was utilized in a different way under Kim. And then she was utilized in a different way last year under Teaspoon. So what we're seeing is not this newness of Angel Reese. It is a reintroduction of her natural skill set. It's a refinement. It's getting her reacclimated to what she already knows how to do. And that's how I know people are not real basketball fans, because all you got to do is go to YouTube. We on this app right now. And all you got to do is Google Angel Reese high school highlights or AAU highlights or Team USA highlights. And you will
And
see how this young lady was playing.
L. And Rachel Banham, how you explain her?
What you mean? What, the way that she's playing now?
Yeah, did you think she could be a facilitator?
I'm gonna be real honest. Prior to
That goes
Rachel
point to
Banham,
what I said earlier.
no, prior to Rachel Banham coming to the Sky, I was not familiar with her. She was not on my, as much as I love women's basketball and watch it, she just wasn't a player that I followed.
Okay, we're gonna do some research on her because I'm just trying.
Mhm.
I'm real curious to know if that coaching staff is helping her get better on that front. Now the dribbling, don't get me started. Every time she starts dribbling, I get scared. Y'all hear
She's
me
still
calling the
dribbling the
game.
air out the ball.
Rachel Banham was a cold-blooded shooter in college that Kobe Bryant had to come and see her, put her on the blast, and had her train with his daughter. Rachel Banham was one of the ones that was in college killing them. Go check
But I
it
got a
out.
question, bro, Claude.
Go ahead.
The question is, was she a facilitator back then?
No, she was a two-guard.
I could find some. I could find. I'm good at finding clips.
Because I'm
I
trying
might
to
put
see
some
if this
together.
a skill that she learned with the Sky, or is she already had this skill?
I would say me personally, Keisha, because generally it does take years for some people to develop things and utilize it. Unless for the past couple of years she's been developing and working on her ball handling even better. I would assume that in college she probably showing some flashes. Tyler Marsh probably noticed something in practice that she was doing. Say, let me try you out.
She used to go look. She used to bring the
Yeah.
ball up. She
Hey,
could
hold
dribble
up.
the ball.
Hold on, let me let Tiffany and Cole get in here. Go ahead, Tiffany.
Hey, Tiff.
Hey y'all.
What up, Sid?
It's a lot.
Hey,
It's a
you need
two
some food.
things going on. But I think one comment on Tyler, everyone's favorite coach, not mine, is that he's not a. I'm sorry. This propaganda that he was a development coach, it gotta go. It gotta go because even with this whole idea that he could develop Rachel, who did a lot of ball handling when she was with Minnesota. Not so much with Connecticut because she was on the bench where she needs to be. Because if he can turn Rachel Banham, let's just say hypothetically, he can turn Rachel Banham into a ball handler. Why can't he turn Ariel Atkins into a ball handler? Why is she kicking the ball like a kickball in the middle of a game, allowing JJ Quinterly to go pick it up? There's something, I think the biggest issue, and I think Al hit on it perfectly, he doesn't know how to see the game and make adjustments. He doesn't know how to evaluate talent, and he's so stuck on trying to build a player that he's not using people appropriately. I think when you look at the record that Chicago has right now, it's shameful, truthfully, and it's more shameful because they could have 10 wins. They could have 10 wins right now, but because Tyler, he's always trying something new instead of sticking to what works. The team is confused. The veterans are confused, and they're losing games in the clutch. Now, when it comes to the difference between Tyler and Stephanie White, is that Stephanie White has a very clear system. She knows how to adjust it based on the players that she has in front of her, right? I think the biggest red flag that we're seeing right now is the difference between a coachable player and a player who's not coachable, to be honest. And I think you said this the other day, Keisha, and I agree with you 100%. Like, there's a thing where you can be the franchise player and you can be in the middle, and everything can run through you. It could be your offense, whatever. But if the coach puts together an offense that has gotten her to the finals or to the semis, 3 years in a row, you have to trust the coach, right? She is a proven product. So, and you advocated to bring this coach to your team, right? It's not like, this coach just got thrust upon you. Like, this is who she got her previous coach fired for. I mean, allegedly. I don't know.
Allegedly. Yeah.
So it's like, if you bring in this coach, you have to have enough, you have to be coachable enough to say, hey, what do I need to do in order to fit? And then you tweak things, right? Tweak things to your player and tweak things for the coach. But we saw this team beat the Minnesota Lynx, right? We saw this team beat the Aces without their quote unquote star player. So when that star player comes back and you're getting, ran out the gym by 20 points, I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm just saying, like, I will just say, I'm gonna land my plane here. When Fee chose her all-star team, she chose a team with the tools available to win. When the other captain chose her all-star team, she chose a team that can play the style of basketball that suits her.
Well, we lamented that on the live stream we did with the All-Star thing. Yeah. She just needs to let Stephanie White coach her.
And another point of contention I have, even if say you have a team full of players like, say, or you Chicago Sky, right? Y'all would say Ariel Atkins and Angel Reese are the best defenders, right? On the team. Or say you have a team like, also use the Fever, probably their best defender if you want to put AB and what's that? Natasha Howard, maybe. Michaela Timpson definitely is showing some signs.
Yeah, right? I like her.
But again, if all you got is a rim protector or somebody that's a paint protector on your team and a bunch of average defenders, and you got a coach that can put in a good defensive scheme, to help shore up some things, you know, make sure your team is not completely inept on defense, right? Why does there's no need for your star player to be your best so speak defender if you got a good defensive system that covers up holes for the team, or to where you're not just getting completely abused, especially if y'all are switching properly, communicating, which I'm noticing these are all little things that the players are doing on the field. But there's no one player besides people say Lexi Hall also too on their team that's a great defender, but they're fifth in the team. They're fifth in the WNBA in defense. Like they're fifth
You don't
in
have
offense.
to be a great defender to play good team defense.
Right. Don't have to be a good defender to play good. So that is one thing that Stephanie White has done with the team that is evident, that they are more competent defensively, right? And they're halfway decent offensively by the numbers, right? But that's not her specialty. Maybe she does need somebody else to help her on that side of the ball. But hey.
Well, first thing with defense, and what we say, K-Step, you gotta want to do it.
Yeah, you gotta want to play defense. If you don't want to play defense, man, then you know that's a trickle down effect. And like Duvall said, Duvall always say that, man. If I see my star player out there and they not giving no effort to play defense, why should I play defense? And you know you got to help the helper, and then that's when the defense starts scrambling. Then that's when you really get in trouble. So yeah, I agree with you.
Wody Matt.
Yeah.
I told you. Bro, I told you, but you don't fucking listen to me.
Oh my goodness.
Let Caitlin Clark be the goddamn coach.
Oh man.
No, I'm goddamn serious with you guys. There is not a coach on this planet Earth.
Boy, they diabolical, boy.
That can handle this girl. They're gonna get fired. She's gonna go through 12 coaches.
Don't buy a house in Indiana.
With the way it's going right now. Just let her coach herself.
No, there is coaches for it. There is coaches for it.
Ultimate, oh no, fuck it. The best coach is the one that the player can be for her. Oh, hell no. No, we gonna go there. Let's do it.
Nah, we not laughing at you, bro, Claude. I'm laughing at this comment on the screen, boy.
No. I'm talking to Wody though.
They diabolical, boy.
You see, you starting stuff to the side. Let that go. Let that go. They're gonna say you starting stuff.
Like Caitlin,
I ain't starting nothing, man. I'm just put the comment up there.
So and if I may,
I don't know why I catch strays, because other people have issues with other people. But I find that to be too childish. Just say, like, okay, because I like Miss Keisha. Because I go by Miss Keisha, I be in the chat. Now you be over there bottom ops. What you talking about?
I don't know what she's talking about.
What y'all got going on, man?
I don't know what she's talking about. This, and you know, I won't even say nothing because I'm not even worried about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I won't even say it. I'm gonna throw my hands up, right? Like I said, I got no control of when somebody come in here and post a comment like that. It is messy, but it's crazy. But allegedly, I'll leave it alone.
The other person get PTSD when it happens. So
yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone, man. But
I mean, we respect everybody. I don't know why y'all come.
I don't know if there's some fake accounts coming across. I don't know. I really don't know, man.
They're thinking of me that I did the fake accounts. You know, let them tell it.
Well, even that, like even hearing those people saying, and again, this is just a generalized, but even hearing people saying that, yeah, they're being harassed from people who come from certain platforms. Like, bruh, I don't got nothing to do with what y'all got going on. When you hear me speak, when you read what I type, does it look like I want to entertain any of that little childishness?
But it's all good. We're gonna move on from there. But I just thought I'd post that just to put it in context. But go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. Bro Claude was talking.
Bro Claude said he finished. Okay. Bro Claude said, look, no, he finished. You know why? Because Bro Claude talk. Bro, no, I'm about to mess with you. Bro Claude said all you need to do is get rid of all the applications. Just put Caitlin Clark as the coach and a GM.
That's why she my player.
That's all you
why.
need to do, and
Tell
they'll
him
be
again,
happy.
player. Tell him
And they'll
again,
be
player.
happy.
No, do it so the bleachers can hear it. Say it one more time, player.
They in the pews watching. There's 310 people in here watching, man. At least drop a like on the video.
So she can get 3 checks: coach, GM, player. Wait a minute, wasn't that Bill Russell? Didn't he do that? No, wait.
This is diabolical.
Was that Bill Russell?
Lenny
Bill
Wilkins.
Russell
Yeah, was a coach and a player, right?
Coach, and I know Bill Russell did it.
Bill Russell and Lenny Wilkins. For the
Bucks. That's what they need to do.
Now, see, don't start that, Janera Johnson. Hold on, guys. Don't start that, Janera. You didn't miss nothing. Nobody came for Zoe. Nobody came for
not.
Now, see, y'all getting diabolical. Y'all being messy, man.
Anybody got time for that?
Nobody came for Zoe. Somebody made a comment talking about Zoe fine as hell. Yeah, he finer than K-Sap. They just being messy.
Get clipped.
Yeah, look, I'm bought and paid for 23 years. I'm bought and paid for.
K-Sap, you put your thigh out there for somebody to know if you finer than somebody else. You've been showing something.
I don't know. That person, Brittany Jones, came in here and made that comment. Elle saw it. Everybody saw it. I posted it on the screen.
I gotta keep my eye on you and Bro Claude.
See, and
don't make me call a wife.
Somebody want to come in here. I don't know who Janera Johnson is. Now she want to come in here talking about somebody coming for Zoe. Nobody came for Zoe. Stop that.
Janera Johnson be up in here quite often. Maybe not. I recognize her name.
Nah, but I don't like how that.
This is how I know people don't got no motion. They don't got no love in their life. They don't really have nothing else to do with their time. Because anytime you grown and you come on grown people's shows, their platforms, and you try to create tension, you try to create a narrative that's not even there so that you can get some YouTube beef going amongst black men, no less.
Yeah.
You are trash, like the bottom of the barrel type of trash where the maggots and the roaches and everything be in that's the nasty type of stuff.
Well, I didn't say
that's why I want y'all, like for one show, I just want y'all to let everybody that be in the chat, let them be, regardless of what they saying, because I be wanting them to hear this stuff. See, when they get blocked, they can't hear it. But that is trash behavior. That's low-level poverty behavior that you come up on this man's platform with these people that he doing work with. You accuse him of lying about stuff. You want to talk about somebody look better than him. That ain't even on topic with what we talking about. Also, that you can get a reaction or a response either from the panel or from somebody in the chat, so then you can go and run back and say, they talking about you over here. Yep. Nobody was talking about any other YouTube content creators.
There's a couple of them in the chat too. We know.
If you just need something to talk about, if you're not really sure what you're doing, go use Chat GPT.
Yeah, talk back to you. I'm learning that right
Instagram.
now.
I'll give you some free prompts just so you could go ahead and write a whole book. Like, I can help you out with that, but you don't come to nobody platform with that nonsense. Y'all grown. Some of y'all in y'all 50s like me. Some of y'all is like full grown, wearing dentures, got veneers, root canals. Like, you that type of grown.
Damn.
Not the veneers.
This is crazy.
We ain't grown at 30? Well, we ain't grown at 30?
Yeah, somebody said it's a setup. It's a setup.
Not really. My oldest
let's go to the next. Ain't nobody tripping on that.
Because that's horrible. I just had to say that because
I appreciate that, El. That's probably one of the realest things you ever said. I appreciate that.
Ain't nobody doing that.
Stop that nonsense,
man.
Stop all that. Don't do that. Go on, man. All right, go ahead.
All I'm telling you, player, I might not be up here too much longer, player, because I'm putting in my application. I'm sending a DM to CC. I just want to be her assistant, and she can run everything.
Hey, now you got to keep your mouth shut and make sure that the water boy got plastic bottles so she can throw them at everybody.
I'm good. I'm gonna have charter flight. I'm gonna have a spread. They're gonna give me a apartment, and they ain't gonna be able to blame me because I'm gonna support everything CC wanna do.
Hey, Keisha, this how delusional they are. This how delusional they are. You a CC fan, but you calling her current head coach Stephanie Sides.
Oh, they've been saying that, yeah. They've been
man.
saying that. As soon as the losing started happening, as soon as they lost one, yeah, they've been
Y'all
saying that.
done ran Christy Sides to Canada.
And calling her current coach Stephanie Sides. That's how we know you're not a basketball fan.
But guess what, Fever fans? Look,
Hey,
L,
leave L alone.
we tried to tell them that Christy Sides wasn't the problem. We tried to tell them to keep Christy Sides, and they told us we was crazy.
I mean, Christy Sides has that same issue that Tyler Marsh does. She don't make good rotational decisions.
Oh, all right
Substitutional decisions.
All right then, but y'all had broke her will though, and she was playing the way CC wanted her to play, right?
Oh yeah, she kind of in a way had no choice.
In the middle of the season, she started playing the running gun like y'all wanted, and then y'all still let her go.
Oh yeah, it was. But I didn't think that. I thought that they would have went more in the lines of a coach that was more offensively oriented. Right? I mean, hell, like
but you had a lady that her will was broke though, Wody Mac, and she did what y'all told her to do.
Well, that's what Angry Fan and them said. That they said, "Damn, CC, damn near broke." That's what they said.
I'm just trying to figure out what y'all want. I mean, because she capitulated. And
Man,
she came in the beginning of the season, she was trying to make CC be in the half court, and then they talked about it. She had a mental breakdown. She said, "You know what? Damn it all. Let's do it. Do it then."
Player, get your $5 ass over there with that clipboard and do what the hell Caitlin say do.
But this, I even still just speaking of schematical basketball. If y'all are getting stops, the only way that these fast break opportunities are really happening is you're getting a stop on defense. So cool. One, kudos for that. The defense gotta stop, gotta rebound, push the pace in the break before the opposing team's defense get a chance to get set in their half-court defense. It makes sense. But now if you can't score on the break, y'all don't have opportunities, nothing there, then have some plays that y'all can run in the half court. Now, again, the high pick and roll, which you see that so much in the NBA too, that high pick and roll offense, and it's basically like a 2 or 3, 3-woman game or 3-man game. Help develop something around, develop an offensive system that kind of utilizes that and has some off-ball movement, off-ball action. But generally what you'll see in some of those cases, maybe because it's just they're freelancing, one person standing in this corner, another person standing over there. Cool. Granted, you know what I mean? If that's the outlet, if y'all hitting the outlet, sometimes y'all gonna have to make them shots. It's gonna be coming to you. Be ready. You know what I mean? It works occasionally. I'm cool with it when it is working, and it's not necessarily an issue. But if y'all not scoring when y'all get into the half court generally and at all, maybe the offense that the coach got set up ain't really either working or the play, or you got to put it on the players. They're not making their shots. Because we see a lot of missed threes and a lot of missed layups too.
But Wody, y'all knew what Stephanie White was. Y'all
They
still
knew.
went got her.
They knew. And they look at the way the Connecticut Sun was having a whole bunch of games. They was winning by like 65 to 63, 60, 70 to 68. A lot of low scoring games. Yeah, not putting up buckets.
Let me get the super chat.
There was no
quick,
dynamic offensive player.
Let me get the super chat real quick.
Here comes the money.
Hey, shout out to Reddick Milky Way for the $2 super chat. She said L. They spell Caitlin with a K sometimes.
But that's what I'm saying. But Wody Mac, KSAP, they knew what Stephanie White liked to run. So why did they go get her?
They had a relationship. Keep in mind, Amber Cox and the other lady, I can't even think her name, Anna Cristobal. They already had a prior relationship.
Why would
with
Caitlin Clark? No, Caitlin Clark wanted her too. Why would Caitlin Clark want her if her style didn't fit her?
You know why?
She probably likes Stephanie White as a coach.
No, Wody. The same reason she wanted Stephanie White is the same reason she traded for Sandy Brondello. She sees coaches take their teams far, and she thinks the coach will do the same thing for her, but she's not willing to bend to the coach's system. You're about to see that in All-Stars.
Drop the ball.
I that's what I gotta. I hear CC say even in interviews, yeah, we should push the pace at times. And generally, it seems like she's validated when the offense they go and they go on these excessive runs where they're not scoring, whether either she's on the court or not. It validates sometimes what she's saying. Let's pick it up. Did you mean to tell me that you got the team going 9-0, a 9-0 run against you, or 12-0 run against you?
But
Y'all not
Wody,
scoring. What's going on? Either y'all missing shots or y'all not getting good opportunities created.
Let me say this real quick,
but
Lakeisha,
but
before you
hold on
keep going.
one second though.
I
One
just want to
second.
just say something, get out the way.
I'm serious. It's gonna be like 2 seconds.
Go ahead. You
That
got it.
y'all picked up Natasha Howard and DeWanna Bonner, who are older players, and y'all want them to run the whole game. Go, Duval.
Yeah.
All thing I was gonna say is Stephanie White had a relationship with Caitlin because she used to call Big Ten games
Right.
when Caitlin was playing. That's how the connection with Caitlin and Stephanie White was made. So Caitlin had a big hand in this situation too. She not as all. That's all I had to say. I'm gonna be on mute.
Okay. Nah, we look, nah,
No, I agree with you, Duval.
That's
She
good,
picked
man.
Stephanie White.
Yeah, that's good, man. Y'all,
Hey, yo, and to be honest with y'all, Stephanie White ain't going nowhere. She gonna be that. It makes me no. Never mind. I hope they figure it out. But I believe there may be some changes on her coaching staff next season because she's gonna be there next season. They're gonna have to figure it out. She's gonna be there next. It's definitely gonna be some player changes.
I don't know.
Players
Stephanie White might cut y'all.
That will be the only other alternative I seen. That she's like, yo, I'm retiring. Which it looks bad. Then that looks bad on the Fever organization and CC and them as a whole. Stephanie White is like, you know what, I'm out. But trust me, all the fans that want Stephanie White gone, they're gonna be perfectly fine with that. Stephanie White was like, you know what, I'm retiring. I'm done.
Man, make sure y'all drop a like on the video.
The fact that the player on national television, like, thank God I can read lips, and thank God for all the lip readers for the people who can't read lips. She told JC Sheldon, I can do whatever the F I want. And if you don't think that mentality is in the locker room, you are sadly mistaken. K-Sap, I don't know if you saw my comment earlier in the chat. I sent to the group on Instagram a video, like a 15-20-second video of this dude, black content creator, talking about the player that Stephanie White need to go because she is ruining. She running Caitlin in the ground. She ruining her game. And the player need to go to the Virus's front office and tell them to make a decision. It's either me or her.
That's not going to change nothing. Any coach that come in there gonna get the same treatment.
But that's what I'm saying. They was singing the same tune last year with Christy Sides.
They got her fired. Now they got a new coach.
It's that mindset. My point in sharing that was that mindset her fan base has adopted. They truly believe that she is above reproach, that she's better than anybody in this league, and that she deserves special treatment. That women who have been in this game and in this league for decades don't deserve that level of respect. Like, she said that out loud. I bet you her mama and daddy wish they could go back and remove any trace of her saying what she said to JC Sheldon. It's a Freudian slip. See, I try not to talk a whole lot about when it comes to like medical conditions and things. I've been very open, like with my son and having family members and working with people who are neurodivergent. And this is not me trying to be mean, facetious, or nothing in any kind of way. I see what I see. And I work with students every day. I work with adults. I've worked with adults who have some type of neurodivergency, right? And what I see, if you just look at her, watch her body language, the arms flail. Like, if you don't get your way, it's the arms get to, because you don't have regulatory control over your body language sometimes. because what you're thinking is moving, it's not catching up to, like, your body is not responding. What you're thinking, your body is responding to quickly without processing, like, wait a minute, this isn't appropriate for me to do right now. Like, there's an awareness there's a conversation around that people don't really want to have, which is why I try to make sure that even in my disdain is probably a really deep word to use, but for lack of, because I've been talking all day, for lack of a better word, my distaste with her is about the way that she treats others. But I also, in that, have to remember, and I'm not a doctor or anything like that, I'm not a specialist, but I've worked with my own child, so I know what I see. And so I have to remember that. But the problem is no one is working with her. It doesn't appear that anybody is working with her to get those things under control. And
That's a good point.
They are people who their thought process is, I'm not wrong. Like, what's wrong with what I'm doing? What do you mean that's inappropriate? But what we're seeing is, because you take someone like that and you put an entire system behind them that props them up and coddles them, you create a monster. If any type of behavior that goes unchecked will become an issue. That's it.
Yeah. Hey, I totally agree with that, but I'm gonna have to give you the I'm gonna have to give you the bomb. I'm gonna have to get drop the mic sound effect too, man, because y'all hit some key points about that, because you're not wrong, because a lot of people been talking about that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have mentioned in that. Even the people in the chat agree with what you're saying. Like, I think somebody said they're a school teacher, and she's a little off the spectrum. So yeah,
allegedly.
so
Allegedly.
I'm not going to say that, man. But y'all make sure y'all drop a like on the video, man. Drop a like on the video before y'all get up out of here, man. I do want to appreciate everybody that was in the chat.
Before you finish, let me say
Go
this, but because of what you just said and what I said, and even the people in the chat, we don't condone.
Yeah.
This is not an attempt to shame her or to talk about her or anyone else. Again, I said I'm a mother of one, right? So I understand. I'm talking from a place of understanding and compassion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also an awareness piece, because sometimes we can look at the actions of a person, but not really understand why they are doing what they're doing. I don't use it as an excuse, but this is a conversation that needs to be had, because there are people who are on the spectrum and, have other diagnoses like auditory processing deficit disorder and PDD, which is pervasive development disorder, but they perform at a high level. You have people who have Asperger's syndrome, right? Like, and to the common eye, people look normal except for certain social cues and things. That's why I don't like when people talk about Tyler Marsh and say he's on the spectrum. It's not something funny. Right? Like, being the parent of a child who has challenges, it's not funny. You can't imagine the weight and the heaviness that comes with raising a child that way, or being in relationship with somebody that way, or having, being the sibling of someone. So this is coming from a place of compassion. This is not like a green light for people to just start going in and doing whatever. I just needed to say this because this is a platform that does not do that.
Yeah. And I'm glad that you said that. And I'll give y'all a prime example. Look at the conditions that Ron Harper and Kenyon Martin played through, the Tourette's syndrome, you know what I'm saying, where they could lash out at you anytime, throw their voices and stuff, but they played through it. So I'm glad that Elle, broke it down like that, because, we're not shaming that, that's something that sometimes you got to deal with. But some of the people that have some of them conditions like that, they know how to perform. So I'm glad that you said that. I appreciate that. But yeah, we appreciate everybody that's in the chat. Everybody, before I get up out there, I always say this. If you're not following nobody on the network, make sure you follow these people. Make sure you're following ADP Art Creation. Make sure you're following L Jones Network. Make sure you're following Steady Serving Sports ENT. Make sure you're serving Cut the Ish. Make sure you're following the Full Court Trio. Make sure you're following the Players Club, and also make sure y'all following Court Vision with Sister Tony. So for all the moderators that are in the chat, if y'all can drop them links in there before we get up out of there, before we get up out of here, I would appreciate it. And make sure y'all hit the like button. So if you're not subscribed to none of these channels, make sure that you're following these channels, man. They provide great content. They know what they're talking about. They're talking women's basketball a little bit. A lot of other people talking about different stuff. Just go get engaged, man. Go over there and support these channels, man. Y'all go over there and support ADP, man. ADP is on the rise, y'all. I think ADP is hot right now. So let's keep that trend going. She's hot right now. Let's keep it going. Let's get her over the hump. So y'all make sure when she drops a show that you'll go over there. Y'all don't have to stay there, that long. If you don't want to stay there, at least give her at least 5 to 10 minutes of your time and drop a like on the video and say a chat. That's all you got to do. So Hog Boss said, I follow all y'all Negroes in my head.
But before we get out of here, Kevin, I introduce our video with me and Lakeisha with RG3 and the Angel Reese situation. If you got a chance, go to Cut the Ish. Look at that video. It's very entertaining and it's educational. We really broke this situation down, so I hope you have the opportunity and the time to really watch it. Thank you.
And also put together a Rachel Banner mixtape.
Yeah, also I didn't know this Tulip Plays, but Tulip Plays does WNBA edits. So if y'all have Tulip Plays YouTube link and y'all can go watch her little short reels, her edits, y'all go ahead and follow Tulip as well. Make sure y'all following Court Vision with So Pretty Tony. Make sure that you just support these channels, man. Just support these channels because as a whole community, man, we can put all these narratives to bed. We can put all the narratives to bed. And you see what happens when we have conversations like this and we talk real stuff. It's always something in the chat that got to be monitored. It is crazy because like some of these moderators some of these people that come and make these comments, the moderators don't even give them a chance. They get them up out of here.
They do.
But I respect that because the moderators, that's y'all doing y'all's job. That's why y'all got a wrench. Because some of this stuff, man, it's like crazy. I just felt like tonight somebody was trying to set me up. That's all I'm gonna say. I felt like somebody came in here with different handles, and I felt the setup. So that's why I refrained back, and I'm glad Elle took over and said what she had to say. That's all.
I know y'all viral. Y'all know y'all viral in so many different places. Like, well, y'all already seen, but Bro Claude, like, you got one larger creator now. I guess when you put something out that you go viral, whether it be Kwame Brown, whoever the case may be, you become one of the channels that they'll follow.
Oh yeah.
So they see what else you say. Yeah, Bro Claude again. I seen him again today on somebody else's channel. They had a
clipping
a long form video that they put together.
Yeah.
and was reviewing what Bro Claude said.
Yeah.
I do. Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
I don't have anything to promote, but I want to promote, Full Court Trio and the Players Club.
Because thank you, Tiffany.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all, the work that y'all are putting in, the agendas that y'all are pushing, the way that you guys are covering it, people are listening, and it's important the work that they're doing. So y'all, if you're not already subscribing to them, subscribe to them. This is not ESPN. This is not, Kathy Engelbert's people. All right, we're seeing WNBA players. We're seeing legends fall to the hands of the corporations who want to bring down players. So if you want the real, and what ADP and Miss D are doing as well, if you want the real, you got to follow these pages, man. I'm telling you, it's entertaining. It's a good time. You can even listen to it on your way to work if you're at the gym, bro. I'm telling you, this is where
Tiffany, I appreciate that. That's good stuff.
If I put this on when I'm at the gym, I'm gonna stop working out because I'm getting on the chat. I'm getting on the panel.
Yeah, but like I said,
Peace out, y'all.
I appreciate you, Wody, man. I appreciate everybody that came up and see. That's the problem that I have, man. Like, we'll drop the link and see that's what I hate. A lot of people don't want to hit the link. They'll get in the chat and just start saying reckless stuff. Won't come up on the link. So I respect anybody that hits the link when we start talking about stuff like this. If you got a stance that you want to stand on, man, hit the link, man. We ain't trying to hurt. We ain't gonna hurt
It's because
nobody.
they don't hit the link because they only care about confusion and not clarity.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, and you know, we can never get over the hump like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be too much back and forth. Because you saw what happened. But what Elle said, that shit was funny though. I had to sit back and chuckle.
I gotta do some digging behind the scene. Make sure you ain't out there in them streets.
Man, look, I had to put my mic on mute because I was snorting over here.
So good. What I say? I only
Man,
spoke
when
the
you was
truth.
talking about the whole rant about what was you saying about
Oh,
they
the dumpster
old and the
juice?
dumpster
Oh.
juice and all that? I was snorting. I had to put my mic on mute, man. Yeah.
Because who grown is really doing that? Who got the time to do that?
That is
Like you grown?
That is crazy.
You old enough to get an AARP card like me.
Man, I thought we was past all that, man. Evidently.
You 2 seconds away from wearing Depends and you up here trying to cause confusion. Come on now.
Woo!
You
Wait,
old
like-
enough that you gotta be cautious when you think you about to fart because you might shat on yourself.
And sharded.
Don't do it though.
Oh my. But yeah, man, in the chat, man, make sure y'all following all these people. And appreciate Elle for coming up. Appreciate Tiffany and Co. Man, I can't even stop laughing, man. Y'all crazy. But I appreciate Tiffany and Co. Elle for coming up on the panel. Wody Mac for coming up on the panel. Salute to Keisha, Bro Claude and Duvall for rocking out with me tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But look, check it out, man. Make sure y'all drop a like on the video, man. And hey, look, I got respect for all y'all moderators, man. Yeah, that's what she said. Court Vision with Tony. Trash, dumpster juice in the bottom of the barrel. That's what she said.
Yeah, that is what she
Yeah.
said.
But man, I appreciate y'all, man. And that's gonna wrap up another episode of the Simply
Bottom feeder.
That's gonna wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Drop Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. And we gonna catch y'all today. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.